ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Giants 10-5. Raiders 4-11. Oakland not much to play for? Don't tell that to Randy Moss.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, this is my last game, man, of the NFL season. I'm going to try to give you a little something, man. Stay tuned, baby. Let's everybody put aside our differences, and let's come out here for 3 hours, 3.5, and let's send it back to the East Coast. Raiders on 3, 1, 2, 3. Raiders!
Well, that means there are differences, I guess.
There are definitely differences, Mike.
Wow. Randy Moss can get to 97 touchdowns with a catch tonight. He'd be 100 still behind the all-time leader, Jerry Rice. It's been an injury-plagued second half of the season for Moss, so his production has been down. But Raiders won the toss. They will receive Jay Feely's kickoff. Chris Carr is the deep man. Top of your screen, Alvis Whitted is back as well. Off we go with the final football game of 2005. Carr from the 7. Footing will be sloppy, but nice running by Carr to take it out to the 37-yard line. Will Allen, the corner for the Giants, made the tackle. Here come the Oakland Raiders on offense. Up front, it has been a stabilizing year for the second-year pro, who was the number 2 overall pick when Eli Manning was drafted, Robert Gallery. As for the receivers, there is Moss along with Jerry Porter. Randy, 6 touchdowns, 53 receptions. Usually, you see more numbers from Randy this point in the year. Zach Crockett gets the start for the second straight game because Lamont Jordan, who had a 1,000-yard season, is out for the second straight game with turf toe. Opening drive starts from the 38, and the former Giant Collins to work right away. Completes it to Jerry Porter to midfield for a first down into Giant territory at the 49. Let's check out the Giants, decimated at the linebacking core, not up front, where they have 2 Pro Bowl defensive ends in Osi Umenyiora, 12.5 sacks. Michael Strahan, 11.5 on the season. The linebacking core, Kevin Lewis, was signed on December 26th. He starts on December 31st. Change at one corner. Corey Webster starts for Chris DeLoach, who, because of his poor play, has been benched. Flag down on 1st and 10. No play as Collins went to Moss. And the 2 most penalized teams in the NFL.
False start. Number 76. Offense. 5-yard penalty remains. First down.
Figured to keep Pete Morelli, our referee, busy. Robert Gallery flag there. Sterling, I was very intrigued when we sat with Kerry Collins 2 days ago, and he said, no sugarcoating it. This means more to me because it's my old team.
And, Mike, you have to understand that in a big game like this against your old team, you want to play well. And I like Norv Turner's decision to put the football in Kerry Collins' hands to move this ball down the field.
Tom Coughlin sending his Giants cross country for the 4th time this year. Collins trying to set up the screen. It was covered, so he gets outside the tackle box and throws it away. Incomplete. Fred Robbins was pushing from the middle. Well, you hear the boos and the frustration. Kerry Collins is 7-20 as the Raiders starter. He has thrown for 8th in the NFL at 3,400 yards. A lot of passing attempts to get there, Sterling, most in the AFC.
And you would think that their numbers would be higher because they wanted to be a vertical passing team. And this is a team that searched for an identity throughout the 2005 season. And, Mike, we see them in the last game of 2005, and they don't know who they are, running team or passing team.
2nd and 15. First carry for Crockett. Certainly a pounder between the tackles type runner. He's going to lose a yard or 2. Good surge by the Giants. Michael Strahan leading the path to the running back. You mentioned Norv Turner in his 2nd season. Very disappointing. The team holds the option on the contract for 2006. Although Norv has remained upbeat and positive, candidly, it is hard to find anyone around who thinks that Norv Turner will still be the Raiders head coach come next week.
And I think including Norv Turner to be hard-pressed to be around here because of, he came in as an offensive genius throwing the football and just has not gotten it done in 2005.
Loss of 2, 3rd and 17. Collins gets some time, comes underneath, but nowhere to go for Porter. Nick Greisen, who was going to be the starting middle linebacker until all the injuries piled up, starts on the weak side tonight, makes the tackle, and after 1 first down, the Raiders are forced to punt it away. So Randy Moss was ready and fired up, thrown to once, but a flag negated that. and Shane Leckler, who's been the NFL's best average punter the last couple of years. Unless he has an awesome night tonight, likely to lose that title to Brian Moorman of Buffalo. Trying to pin the Giants inside the 10-yard line. No fair catch. Chad Morton in some trouble as Schweigert hit him, and he's escorted out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Another Jared Cooper down there on coverage for the Raiders. So here comes Eli Manning leading this Giant offense. As for the guys up front, 2-3 weeks ago, it was moving everybody around. David Deal has been one of the consistent in there every game performers for Big Blue up front. Plexico Burris hasn't seen the ball as much lately. There's no Jeremy Shockey at tight end. Asante Shenko will be there. With Tiki Barber and the fullback Jim Finn, Eli Manning turns 25 on Tuesday, making his 23rd NFL start. His record's 11-11. And he gets his first welcome to a less than half full, but still loud black hole. Barber, first carry, takes it out close to the 12-yard line. Danny Clark and Kirk Morrison on the stop for a Raider defense that did improve this year. One guy, Derek Burgess, free agent from Philadelphia, leading the National Football League in sacks, going to the Pro Bowl. Danny Clark, sixth-year man out of Illinois, was drafted by Tom Coughlin. He goes up against his old coach here tonight. Morrison and Tyler Brayton on the outside. Fabian Washington on one corner. Stuart Schweigert and Jared Cooper, the safety. Schweigert has 2 of the Raiders' minuscule interception total. They've only picked 5 all year. Complete to Plexico Burris, who had the first down and will stay with it at the 18-yard line, tackled by Danny Clark. Sterling, how big is tonight for Eli Manning?
I think this needs to be a breakout game for Eli Manning, Mike. When you look at what he has gone through this season, 52% complete for a football team that runs the ball as well as the Giants do. Even Tom Coughlin said just the other night that he needs to be a lot more accurate, and it's all technical. He's reading his way out of trouble, but he needs to get off his back foot when he throws the football.
53%, not satisfactory for Coughlin. Example there as that pass gets batted down. Tommy Kelly, second-year man out of Mississippi State, busting through the middle for the Raiders.
Trying to get the easy completion for Eli, Mike, and he talked about it the other night. You know, give me enough plays early in the football game to get his confidence up, get the confidence up of the receivers. But it seems to me that the Giants definitely want to start with Tiki Barber running the football and throwing the football to Plexico Burris.
There you see the flop in the numbers. More interceptions here in the second half of the season, and the importance of the game and the knowledge of the other defense about you increases.
That's true.
Here is Barber up the middle. Schweigert comes in from his safety spot to knock him down. Chris Snee was pulling, leading the way for the Giant back, and a 6-yard gain. 3rd and 4 coming up. Sterling,
it was definitely prepared to be the featured guy. Does an outstanding job of handling the workload. Outstanding body, outstanding running, lean. He does it all very, very well.
3rd and a long 3. Amani Toomer from the Bay Area was in motion, and a penalty marker down. So this play will come back. Team record flags for the Giants this year.
Number 77, offense. 5-yard penalty remains, 3rd down.
Well, Tom Coughlin has seen the false start number 77, Luke Pettigrew, enough this year.
Luke seems to be the guy that wants to get going very, very early, whether it's at home or on the road. And just like the Oakland Raiders, they do one positive thing and have another thing set them back. They had a 3rd and 2. Now they got 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 8 coming up. It's something that has plagued this football team all season long.
Luke was flagged 5 times. That trip out to Seattle, the Giants' overtime loss on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Looked like he moved again, not called. Manning throwing for Toomer, and he can't haul it in. We'll have 4th down. Stanford route, part of a very young secondary for the Raiders, was 858 yards for the most punting yards in the history of the league.
He may get that tonight.
No, it's not going to be. 48 yards there. Carr takes at the 32. And a 9-yard return to the 41, brought down by Justin Tuck, the rookie defensive lineman for the Giants. Well, Randy Moss said he was ready. Let's give him a show. We'll see what he does on the Raiders' second drive in a minute. Hard to find for the Raiders here over the last few games. No touchdowns last 15 possessions, only 30 points, and 3 touchdowns in the last 4 Raider games. That's why you're 4-11. From the 41, Crockett up the middle. He'll get across the 45-yard line. Brent Alexander from his free safety spot joined Fred Robbins in the defensive middle on the tackle. Sterling, there has not been a lot of Randy Moss. There hasn't been a lot of other players involved lately. What's wrong with the Raider offense right now?
No setup, Mike. And they came out. They wanted to, in the first series, they wanted to throw it around. They didn't get anything done. They look like they want to come out now to run the football, to establish a play-action pass game. Just no setup.
See Moss, rare to see him below the 20s in the rankings in the NFL. They pound Crockett for a couple of yards. Kevin Lewis with the hit. He started at the middle backer for the Giants every game last year. Did not play this year. He's been out. It was cut in September when Chase Blackburn came in and beat him out for the job. So here we are, week 17 of the season, final game. Lewis gets the call on December 26th, less than a week ago, to come in, return to the Giants. He knows the system, and here he is
making the play.
6 days later, starting at middle backer, making the tackle. 3rd and a long 4. Collins just put it up for grabs, and it's incomplete. O.C. Umenyiora came in with some heat. Pass was in the general area of Randall Williams, but it is a 3-and-out for the Raiders.
Mike, if you get O.C. Umenyiora and Michael Strahan's in one-on-one situations like that right there with Zach Crockett diving at his knees, they will win in one-on-one situations. They do an excellent job of complementing each other. O.C. said he's the speed and Michael Strahan's the power, and Mike begged to differ, but they complement each other extremely well.
Another Shane Leckler punt. See if Morton Fair catches it this time. He does. A wobbler, tougher to catch, and it's brought in by Morton at the 9. 44-yard punt for field position. See if Barber can give the Giants some breathing room.
NFL Special brought to you by refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it. Singular, raising the bar. GMC trucks and SUVs. We are professional grade. And Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste plus nothing.
That is downtown at Ricky's, the recognized home of Raider Nation. Raider Nation not watching the game on TV. It is blacked out, not a sellout here tonight. And then the weather, and that is very tame compared to what it was 24 hours ago here in the East Bay and all of the Bay Area. Just awful weather. Mudslides, flooding, Napa, the rivers, the Raisin River, the Napa River have overflowed their banks. Just a terrible day out here in the Bay Area. On first down, Manning throws complete. Plexico Burris loses it, and it is ruled incomplete on the field. Schweigert has picked it up and is running, but it has been ruled on the field as an incomplete forward pass.
You know, Mike, it's one of those patterns that, watching those guys, Eli and Plex, early on in the game, does an outstanding job for a big guy getting his shoulders over his feet, not a slip right there, but does a great job of trying to run back downhill. He just couldn't secure it. Nnamdi Asomugha did a great job of getting it out. But a big guy like Plex that can play small, will play a long time in the National Football League, Mike, can put up huge numbers.
Did you think he had control of that until he came down to the ground?
That was really close, wasn't it?
Giants have started inside their own 10. Both possessions and a penalty marker thrown. So the Raider fans who are in largest attendance tonight are making noise at this end.
Number 82, offense. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
Sam, it was tough for a lot of people to get here and tough for the Giants.
They had to line the hallways with glow sticks. The team was able to hold its meeting and have its meals, but Feely told me this was good for camaraderie. The guys all huddled together and played their PSPs all day today.
Minor inconvenience. After the 5-yard penalty, Barber breaks to the second level and beyond. Tiki Barber down the sideline, getting a block downfield, and another one from Burris, and Barber will take it the distance. 95-yard Giant touchdown.
Wow.
Plexico Burress and Sean O'Hara work all the way, and Barber takes it for one of the longest touchdowns in Giant history.
Mike, we talk about a return guy, and look at the patience that he has, and watch him set up these blocks. He sets up Plexico Burress right there to get the last little push, and then he finishes the route. Outstanding patience, outstanding play call, and ladies and gentlemen, that would almost send the Raiders packing.
No, not yet. It is the longest run from scrimmage in the wonderful history of one of the flagship franchises of the NFL, and only appropriate, as Feely adds the extra point, that Barber sets the record for most rushing touchdowns by a New York Giant, doing it with the longest run in Giant history, officially credited at 95 yards. He broke a 75-year team record held by Hat Moran back in November of 1930 with that touchdown. The New York Dolls, the Trogs, among the musical acts. ESPN's New Year's Eve special follows our game tonight. Feely's kickoff is short. Carr slips at the 30. Chris lost the football. The Giants think they have it. Boy, this could go from bad to really bad for the Raiders.
And it would work out perfectly for the New York Giants, because this is exactly what they wanted to do.
And they have come up with the recovery. Giants have it. Jay Feely, the kicker, was in there. Eric Moore was on the bottom of the pile for the recovery. And the Giants get the ball right back. Corey Webster, hand on the ball, rips it. Was it coming out before he hit the ground? Giants toe, and then it would be Raider ball at about the 33.
After reviewing the play, the runner was down by contact. It will be Oakland's ball first down. The ball will be placed at the 33-yard line. Oakland will not be charged a timeout.
I think that's the correct call, so the Raiders avoid giving the Giants the ball right back. And let's not let Seattle's Sean Alexander, who, of course, last year was edged out by 1 yard for the rushing title. So the Raiders back on the field on offense. This drive starts from their own 33. Collins down the middle, incomplete for Jerry Porter. SportsCenter 30 at 30. Chris Berman.
All right, Mike, thank you down the coast for the situation. Happy New Year, fellas.
You too, Swa. 2nd and 10. Collins throws the deep out complete. Randy Moss pulls it in 3 yards shy of the first down at the 40. In front of Corey Webster, the Giants corners were beat up last week, especially the other corner, Will Allen, by Santana Moss and the Redskins.
And they are well prepped, Mike, not letting Randy Moss, who everybody knows can run. I mean, he is backpedaling with the intentions on getting to the goal line. Randy does a good job of dropping weight, coming back with a catch. Got short yardage for 3rd down.
Moss's first catch of the night, 54th on the season, sets up 3rd and 3. And Collins back to the air, and Porter has a first down. Going to be some very nice cushions for the Raider receivers. So Oakland's passing game might need some patience tonight to set up their deep ball.
Well, I think the thing is those guys definitely, you see Jerry Porter coming in motion right here. A bailout guy. He's running a little stop route, got the first down. Did a great job. And the reason, if you have completions on the other end, somebody up front is doing a good job on Strahan and Umanura. And right here, we got a great block by the tackle.
By Chad Slaughter, who's over there at right tackle. Robert Gallery had the penalty earlier, is out. Crockett runs inside for very little. So Slaughter, the former Jet, is in as Gallery is out. And here's Sam Ryan again.
Yeah, Robert Gallery was taken to the locker room, Mike, and Sterling. He has a right leg injury, they're calling it. They said observation. They're looking at it. His return is questionable.
All right, Gallery, the number 2 overall pick in the draft 2 years ago when Eli Manning was the number 1 overall selection. He thought, everybody said he'll be a left tackle for years and years in the league. He's been over at right tackle, hasn't been able to go over to the left. Barry Sims has had that locked down.
Done a fine job over there, Mike.
2nd and 10. Collins goes right back to it and completes it to Doug Gabriel. First down in front of Chris DeLoach, the former starter who was benched for Corey Webster. A gain of 12 and a Raider first down.
I really like the throw. I like Kerry Collins going back foot hits, ball comes out. He has his focus, Mike. He's not forcing the football. Look at a tight spiral. Gave Doug Gabriel an opportunity to catch it and get the necessary yards for the first down. He is going to have to exude patience throughout the night for the Raiders to have success.
Gabriel, 30 catches on the year. His career high was last year, 33. Emerging third-year player out of Central Florida. Giants look to be offside as Collins tried to throw, and his arm was hit as he came forward. Incomplete.
I think Osi Umenyiora was just a wee bit early on that one.
Number 72, defense, 5-yard penalty remains. First down.
The 12 and a half.
To do that, he can play a lot of years in the National Football League.
Good set of downs for calling plays. 1st and 5. It is Crockett working off the block of New York native John Paul Foshee, the fullback, and he only gains 2 yards to the 29. Without Lamont Jordan, again missing his second game because of the turf toe injury. Started 14 games, ran for 1,025 yards. What does that absence do to the Raider offense?
The ability to cut plays back, the ability to do what Tiki Barber just did for the New York Giants. Zach Crockett is a banger, loves to get up inside, and without Lamont Jordan, what you're going to get is if you call a play for 3 yards, with Zach, you're probably going to get 3 yards.
Justin Fargas has come into the lineup. He'll give you a little more speed. Almost lost the ball and is lucky to get back near the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by Kendrick Allen up front. Well, Lamont Jordan came over from the Jets. He was Curtis Martin's backup. Let him get a breather guy.
Don't say backup, say understudy.
Why?
Yeah, it just sounds a lot better for Lamont, well, being injured and all.
Came here and was very excited about doing what so many backs have done under Norv Turner.
Yes.
Thrive. Turner is known for the passing game, but you go back over history, it's been well documented. So many good running backs like Emmitt Smith. Production in both the running and passing game, and he had it in 14 games this year. Collins has hit his last 3. Can he hit a third down here? It's late, but it's caught by Porter to the 15-yard line. First down.
He's in his zone, Mike. He's headed to that zone. Kerry Collins is not forcing the football. This is a great throw. Outstanding coverage. Great coverage, but you can't throw it any better than that. Only his receiver can catch it. Jerry Porter catches it in his hands, and Kerry Collins is feeling it right now. He is very relaxed. If Umenyiora and Strahan and that defense can't get to him, this could be a very interesting ball game because I like what the Oakland Raiders are doing, not bowing to that 95-yard run of Tiki Barber.
And a great challenge, obviously, by Norv Turner as the momentum has switched. 1st and 10. Collins throws for Moss in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
The old double post route, Mike. The old double post route. Get a guy an opportunity to free release, little shake move, double post route, got a receiver clearing. Randy Moss in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Kerry Collins is feeling it right now. The wide receivers are excited. Wow, the Giants got their hands full. You know what? I was ready for the Raiders to pack their stuff up and go home.
Oh, they're back now?
They're back now.
Okay.
Yeah, they were just gone for a second. They're back now.
Sebastian Janikowski, who has struggled with field goals this year, bangs through the extra point. Nice job with the hold by the punter, Shane Leckler. So Collins' buddy, Tiki Barber, sets a Giant franchise record going 95 yards. Looked like they were going to lose a fumble, but the challenge gets the ball back for the Raiders. Collins hit all 5 on the drive. 15 yards to Randy Moss. Game squared at 7. Moss had been limited to 1 touchdown his last 6 games. He gets touchdown grab number 7. To tie our New Year's Eve get-together in the Black Hole at 7. A short kick by Janikowski. And Morton takes from the 16, lost his footing, but was never touched by a Raider, so smartly got up and brought down at the 31-yard line by Randall Williams, the Oakland tight end. Well, we've seen Moss get it to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, set for USC, Texas on ABC Wednesday night. Giants looking to win the NFC East for the first time in 5 years. It's back to Barber, follows up the 95-yard run with a nice 6-yard carry there. Fabian Washington off the corner helped on the stop. So Tiki Barber, most rushing yards in a season by a Giant and the game against the Kansas City Chiefs. And tonight, the longest run in franchise history, 95 yards. You're not talking about a record set by the Houston Texans that have only been around a short period of time. A record that has stood 3/4 of a century, 75 years.
An outstanding talent at the running back position that probably doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Well, he's getting it this year. Here he is on the draw on 2nd and 4. Takes it up into the middle. He'll be a yard shy of the first down. Danny Clark and Ronaldo Hill help out on the tackle for Oakland. Sterling, I've always subscribed to the theory that running back was the most replaceable position. And didn't mean that in disrespect.
True.
But guys came in and you only had so many carries in your body and you had to go full tilt for those. Well, Tiki didn't have that wear and tear early on in his career.
And not having that wear and tear, Mike, and being able to not have the expectations of a high-round draft pick have definitely aided in what we're seeing right now.
The rookie out of Southern Illinois, Brandon Jacobs, the big back at 6'4", 256, comes in short yardage, delivers the blow, takes Schweigert down to the turf at the 46-yard line, a first down. And a lot of pushing between the two. Garth DeFelice, the umpire, he may have had the best hit. He got in there and banged Schweigert off the pile.
Schweigert was like, hey, ref, that kind of hurt.
Schweigert, the second-year man out of Purdue, who has 5 takeaways for this Raider team that only has 19 all season. Giants have run it for 123 yards, obviously amplified by that 95-yard scamper by Barber. And Tiki was the one who took time out before Eli's.
Used it to become an outstanding running back in this league.
His fumbles per touch have gone way down. Only 1 fumble for Barber this year. After the timeout, 1st and 10. And to the air goes Manning and completes it to the tight end Shenko. First down at the 38-yard line. Here's Sam.
And Mike, a little more of what Sterling was talking about, Tiki and his balance. He told me he would take his offhand, grab his own wrist. He would practice it running on a treadmill. Now, he compared it to Green Bay's Amon Green. Tiki said he doesn't need to use those arms to balance now, run stronger with the legs, as Sterling was saying. He said it made him a more efficient runner, but said, hey, this took time to get it, doing it day in, day out on the treadmill. He said it's just about second nature now.
He said it did look a little strange at times. There you are running like that, but
it looks strange now.
Muscle memory, it does, but it's working. More people will do it. Across the 35 as the contact comes, he secures it and gets it close to the 33. Before this first quarter comes to an end, let's show you how all this work has manifested itself statistically. 1 fumble every 35 touches in that 4-year stretch.
That's pretty good.
The last 2.
From pretty good to great. From pretty good, I mean, because you got to remember, from 2000 to 2003, he was a return guy, played third down, but you can see 135 touches and 1 fumble per 135. That's outstanding number.
Barber, 6 carries, 121 yards, and the 95-yard touchdown for the Giants. Randy Moss responded for the Raiders, all tied at 7 after 1. In the second quarter here in Oakland with Sam Ryan and Sterling Sharp, Mike Tirico. Giants win. They win the NFC East, guarantee a home playoff game next weekend. Barber takes it to the 30-yard line, gain of about 3. Ronaldo Hill leads the crew for the tackling. We mentioned the stats with Sean Alexander's had a terrific season with 1 touchdown, set the NFL record tomorrow.
I think he's the MVP. I think Sean is the MVP. Yeah, I think Sean Alexander, to be able to carry the football like he has the past 2 years, definitely the MVP of this season.
3rd and 2. Remember, no Jeremy Shockey for the Giants. The Pro Bowl tight end out with an ankle injury. As Manning throws, Burris brings it in, lost control, and it's ruled incomplete. Burris thought he was inbounds. And the ball came loose as he hit the sideline there, and it was ruled an incomplete pass. Let's watch.
I think he relaxed and Nnamdi did not. I mean, there's a catch, there's 1, there's 2. Oh, that's a catch. Oh, I think that's a catch right there. I mean,
and Tom Coughlin has thrown the red challenge flag.
Wrong. So I say it's a catch.
After reviewing the play, the receiver had maintained control of the ball with 2 feet inbounds. His third step out of bounds. It is a catch. The ball will be placed on the 10-yard line. First down, New York.
That Tom Coughlin used to us.
That's Tom Coughlin's style. Sends the message to his players right from the start of the week. Just pounds that tone into their brain. Jim Finn, the fullback, leads. Blocks Burgess as Barber gets about a yard or a yard and a half. Dump to the turf. But they didn't really mean it from Tommy Kelly.
Not really.
Sterling, he says that Tom Coughlin, he didn't soften. But I would think it would be fair to say he adjusted in his second year with the Giants.
You know, Tom Coughlin has been a coach that has been accused of being a micromanager, trying to micromanage every aspect of time for these players. And I think he definitely relinquished a little bit of that because he saw he had a bunch of professionals on his football team.
David Tyree is the third receiver tonight for the Giants. Manning throws for Shako, knocked down by Stuart Schweiger. So no Jeremy Shockey. So Shako, the third-year man out of Morgan State, is the tight end. And Schweiger defends him well there in the end zone.
He did an outstanding job. This is a very cute move by the tight end. Got a blitz by the Oakland Raiders, and then Eli Manning throwing off his back foot where he's not as accurate. Didn't have enough on this football for a completion. This should have been a touchdown if he just steps into the throw and gets it to his tight end.
I mentioned David Tyree's the third receiver tonight. Tim Carter is inactive. The fastest Giant receiver has a hip pointer, took a big hit in the Washington game last week as well. Third and goal. We have not heard from Derek Burgess yet. Barber runs, slips on this wet turf, and goes down. Again, if you're just joining us, multiple inches of rain fell in the East Bay today. There's been flooding, mudslides, interstates closed, so the turf, although it was covered, is damp.
And all he got to do is, if he stays out the gate, I don't know what sent him to cut back. If he just stays in that hole right there, Mike, I think Tiki Barber may walk into the end zone.
25-yard field goal attempt for Jay Feely, who leads all NFL kickers and set a Giant record with those 136 points, and he adds 3 more with that. So Feely adds it from 25, and the Giants now lead 10-7 2006. Glad to be spending the final hours of 05 with you, enjoying football.
Oh, with me, you couldn't wait, could you?
Not with you. I was talking to the viewers at home.
Oh, okay.
Sam, glad to be spending the final hours of the year with Sam Ryan. You, another story. Randy Moss scored to respond to the Tiki Barber touchdown. The drive after the Raiders score, a Feely 25-yard field goal, and Chris Carr, who lost the handle last time, hits the hole hard, is brought down here at the 34-yard line. Well, you may have seen Tiki Barber's slip on that touchdown. I mentioned earlier what heavy rains we had. The whole North Bay up in Napa, the Raisin River, the Napa River, flowing over its banks to record levels at the Napa River. And their downtown Napa was just absolutely flooded. People needing to be rescued from the hood of their cars. Rain was just as strong here in the East Bay. The field was covered, is held up pretty well for the most part. It will get worse as the night goes on. But a couple of interstates leading to McAfee Coliseum were closed. And that has hurt a crowd that was already not a sellout tonight. Collins' first down throw is dropped by his fullback, John Paul Foshee, and here's Sam Ryan.
And Mike, the Raiders are without starting right tackle Robert Gallery. You see him sitting on the bench in street clothes. He's got a boot on his right foot. They're calling it a damaged fibula. Now, earlier in the first quarter, you see him here up against Mike Strahan, number 92. Now, watch Nick Grayson come in here. Falls on him. The right foot there. They're calling it a right fibula damage. Would not tell me the extent of it, though. His night is done.
Well, that's the one thing when you're not making the playoffs as it is, that last game of the season,
wow.
Sterling. Now you know you're...
Yeah, you really don't want to have an injury like that happen, especially if it has to require surgery.
Collins is being flushed and chased and throws it away as Kendrick Clancy came through from the middle. He's the college roommate of the Raiders defense in this football game. Looked good on the last drive, which led to the Moss touchdown. 3rd and 10 against the 4-man rush. had time, and underneath it's cleared out for Doug Gabriel. A first down at the 48-yard line.
Did a fantastic job of attacking the yard marker to get the first down. A little shallow cross, got a lot of guys to clear out for him. And then after he makes the catch, I like it, getting north. He's trying to get a first down, keep the chains moving, watch him catch it, size up the situation, go get himself a first down. Great catch and run by Doug Gabriel.
Gain of 14 for Gabriel, who injured his finger at the end of the preseason against Houston back on August 24th. Had finger surgery, so his season got off to a slow start, but with all the attention Moss and Porter get, Gabriel has been able to get 31. Zach Crockett runs right towards Strahan, and then Clancy and Kendrick Allen, the defensive tackles, bring him down.
A lot of people might not like that run right there, Mike, but you have to understand that if you throw the football and you go 3 and out, you put your defense right back on the field. That was a run, I believe, just to give his defensive football team a little added rest, because it looks like the Giants are not going to allow the Oakland Raiders to run the football. They're not afraid of Zach Crockett, and if the Raiders win this football game, they will win it throwing the football.
Randy Moss comes down to the near side. Will Allen's over here. Jerry Porter joins him in motion, and Collins looks this way and throws for Moss way over his head. He saw the coverage and got rid of it. Nobody was open on that pass.
Combination route, two-man route, everybody else staying in, little max protection, and Kerry Collins balancing, push. The outside linebacker pushes the Jerry Porter, looked like a little smash route where you got a smash, a little 5-yard high route out wide. Randy Moss going to the corner, did a great job of pushing to it, and Kerry did a fine job of throwing it away.
There's no run option so far. 7 carries for just 4 yards for the Raiders here in the first 19 minutes of this one. 3rd and 10. Collins deep for Moss. Nearly intercepted and incomplete. James Butler came over from his safety spot. It looked like Moss had no chance of hauling that in. And then Jabril Wilson thought he was going to come up with the pick as well.
Very nice throw by Kerry Collins. Jerry Porter going down the hole right here, trying to buy himself a little more room to get away from the safety, but that is a very tough throw in the National Football League. But when you're in 3rd and 10, that's what you're forced to do to try and pick up first downs, and the Raiders have got to stay out of long yardage situations.
Try and Porter down the seam. Good job in the zone defense by the 2 safeties. Poor snap, but Leckler digs it off the ground after 2 44-yard punts. Morton from the 6 made one man miss and another, and works it out to the 17-yard line. Tomorrow afternoon, game time after prime time, 7:30 Eastern for Chris and Tommy on ESPN. Giants taking over from their own 18, leading 10-7 as Barber takes it up in the middle for about 4 yards to the 22-yard line. The Giants with a win tonight win the division. They will be either the 3 or 4 seed, depending on what happens with the Buccaneers game against New Orleans. But they will be guaranteed a home playoff game with a victory. If they lose, then it's up to what happens with the Washington Redskins, who would then have a chance to win the division if the Giants lose tonight and Washington wins at Philadelphia. And the various scenarios play out from there. A Giants win tonight also gets the Buccaneers into the postseason. Manning throws short and incomplete, intended for Plexico Burress.
One of those technical things right there, Mike. And Tom Coughlin, his head coach, talked to us about it the other night. Eli Manning talked to us about it the other night, that he understands that at 52% complete, his completion percentage needs to be higher, but it's technical. He said that if you stay on those technical things where you can make them all habit, you don't have to worry so much about them. And if you watch him throw this football, he's got Plex wide open, but there's no step into that throw. It's just off his back foot, just kind of arming it out there. Left toe is not pointed at the target like Tom Coughlin talked to us about. That's why it's an incomplete pass.
3rd and 6. Time for Manning. Burress has it and has an opening. Plexico Burress pulling away. Burress will take it all the way for a Giants touchdown. 78 yards.
I would like to see see how Eli Manning threw this football to see what was different from that throw and the throw he had just to play earlier. But they worked on this. They worked on this in pregame. Like, they came out in their sweats, and you watch Eli Manning take the snap, watch the throw. Look at that. There's the step into it. You see him get his left toe pointed at the target, the follow through like a baseball pitcher, and Plexico Burress does the rest. A big guy that has excellent speed for a guy 6'5", playing the receiver spot. Excellent speed and a very nice finish to that play.
Tommy Kelly was hitting Manning just as he released, as opposed to the last throw, where he had nobody in the ability to step up and throw. That time, it was a tougher task, but he was able to do it. Feely adds the extra point, and the Giants extend to a 10-point lead. They've scored the last 3 times they've had the ball. 95-yard run by Barber earlier. Catch and run here by Plexico Burress, his 7th touchdown grab on the season. So we've had the longest touchdown run in Giants history and the longest touchdown grab of the year, as Big Blue is up by 10, 17-7. Kickoffs are short. It's hard to get footing right around the 30-yard line where the kickoffs start. But nonetheless, Carr can only get out to the 25-yard line. Starling, let's go back to the touchdown. You mentioned these guys are out working on it early.
Watch the feet. I got to steal it from Paul McGuire. Look at his feet. Wet field, kept his feet together, kept his shoulders over his knees, and then that's just catching the football in your hands and finishing it. He and Eli Manning spent about an hour before the game doing stuff like that, getting a feel for the field, understanding that you can't get full speed in and out of your routes. Eli Manning dropped back, got his left toe pointed at the target, followed through like a pitcher, got a completion, and Plex finished it for a touchdown.
Eli's 24th touchdown, the most for a Giant since Fran Tarkington back in 1969. Collins and the Raiders need to respond. First throw is complete, and a first down will be picked up by Randall Williams, the tight end. The Raiders, so like the Giants, with their starting tight end out of the lineup, Courtney Anderson has missed the last couple of games with his knee injury, had 24 catches this year. So Randall Williams, who really was a wide receiver in his Dallas days around Bill Parcells, has evolved into a tight end and needs to put on a little more weight too to be a full-time tight end in this league.
But kind of like that hybrid, Mike, a guy that can get up and down the football field, has very good speed, not a dominating blocker, but very efficient.
Collins back to the air again. Pocket collapses, puts it up for Porter, and it is incomplete. Hit the ground hard as Will Allen tried to come down with the ball. Allen is injured, and Giants training staff being called out by the other defensive backs. And it's the last thing the Giants.
Those guys have not responded very well in the one-on-one situation.
So Chris DeLoach comes back in, playing one corner with Corey Webster, and the movement up front, the veteran Strahan and Chad
False
Slaughter.
start, number 78, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Sackman in NFL history since the sack became an official stat in 1982. Second down. Collins is sacked by Umenyiora. The ball comes out. I think Collins was down. In any case, O.C. Umenyiora gets in after a couple of dry games. Back on the board, 13.5 sacks.
If you double team Strahan, that means O.C. Umenyiora is one-on-one. And Mike, we've said it time and time again, when these fellas get one-on-ones, you see O.C. with the speed move outside on Barry Sims and gets the football out a la Lawrence Taylor. When they get one-on-one blocking, they win. They will come out and they do an outstanding job using their technique to beat your technique. Great move by O.C. Umenyiora.
There was a fumble recovered by the man who was beaten on the play, Barry Sims. Now 3rd and 27. They'll just run it, and the fans will let them know about it.
I just wish I could hand the fans a play sheet and say, well, on 3rd and 27, what would you like to run? I mean, we just had a long yardage situation where our quarterback got sacked and the ball came out. What offensive play would you like to run on 3rd and 27 that's going to pick us up a first down and not get our quarterback killed?
that lady wasn't yelling. That's a very nice, respectable veteran fan. I'll be kind. And she's yelling. Man, it's tough. Leckler to boot again. On the bounce, Morton struggled to pick it up. Chad does haul it in, looking for space to run. got a nice block as he kept his play alive, and he's brought out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Well, Umenyiora got that last sack, but Strahan's double-team help cause and retirement rumors always swirl at this point in a player's career. Where's Michael, where his plans are right now?
Left, I miss out on something.
13th year in the league and a terrific season. Here is Barber carrying across the 40. A penalty marker comes in after Tiki's gain of 3. We'll see if this comes back. With Sterling, what joy it was to be around him last night.
Number 76, offense, 10-yard penalty remains, first down.
Chris Snee had a
Watch him come back new and improved, invigorated, kind of reinvented himself a little bit also.
on the holding flag. First and 20. Barber to the middle, trying to follow the blocks. Gets 5 of the penalty yards back. And once again, here's Sam Ryan.
Oh, Mike and Sterling Booster now. He said he's really enjoying the game, as you guys were saying.
Key word, Mike told us, because when Mike came in the room, OC said nothing.
Did not say another word.
Barber out of the backfield, lots of room to run for Tiki. Across midfield, setting up blocks to the 40-yard line. First down at a gain of 28 yards. That lead in yards from the line of scrimmage is growing.
You know, I'm sitting here watching this play by the New York Giants. Look like an F delay, getting Tiki out of the backfield, and does a great job of finishing. They cleared it out, got him one-on-one with the linebacker, and he got a chance to finish the play. So I guess, Mike, had I handed the play sheet to the Raider fans earlier when the Raiders were 3rd and 27,
yes,
they would have called that play.
They would have called that play.
They would have called that play.
F delay?
Yes.
12 touches, 163 yards for the league leader. In the top 20 all-time in yards from scrimmage in the NFL. Carry for Mike Cloud, who the Giants have brought back on the roster here this week. His 3rd tour with the Giants. Cloud, who has
believed it because their head coach believed it and instilled that in them. 2nd
and 10. Raider defense in need of making a big play. Blitz was picked up. Burgess is eluded by Manning. Eli throws. It is caught, but should be offensive pass interference on the 10-year veteran Amani Toomer. He pushed Namde Asamoah in the back.
Wow.
Offensive pass interference, number 81. 10-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
This one was easy to call.
Yeah, I see you jumped out there on that one. That must have been one of those you wanted to beat me to it. But Namdi looks back. There's the push. Ooh, I don't know if he got both feet down anyway. But I tell you what, look at Derek Burgess using his speed coming off the corner. Just doesn't have the help on that defensive line, Mike, to force Eli Manning to stay back there and not allow him to be able to step up to avoid that kind of a sack.
Burgess Pro Bowl bound, leading the NFL with 15 sacks. As you see, no Raider has ever been there. He needs just a half sack to tie the all-time single-season Raider mark set by Sean Jones in 1985. And again, the sack's only been an official stat since 1982. So that one comes always with an asterisk. Plexico burst, touchdown earlier, spun out of bounds. On the corner by the rookie, Fabian Washington. You know, we say rookie, second-year guy, and we do it even more with the Raiders defense. A lot of young players are playing for the Raiders after the loss of their veterans on defense, Warren Sapp and Charles Woodson, here in the back half of the season.
And you know what? They have played very well. They're out there battling, play in, play out, studying, watching film, and this is going to help them next season. So once again, we got Raiders saying, wait until next season, things will be better because we got our young guys getting a lot of playing time right now.
3rd and 14. 4-man rush. Burgess off the edge. Screen with Barber with room to run. Gets the first down at the 29-yard line. Center Sean O'Hara did a good job on his blocking there.
Did you say that Tiki Barber is leading the league in yards from scrimmage? I guess no one told the Raiders, because if you Derek Burgess coming off the corner, once again, no pressure in the middle, allow the quarterback to step up, and then a little screen pass out the NFL leader in yards from scrimmage?
Yes, Tiki Barber.
I guess no one told the Raiders, because that's 2 plays on long yardage situations that he has made coming out of the backfield on similar routes like that.
He has 179 total yards in the first half. Adds to it for a couple of yards there. David Deal, the guard, pulled to help lead the way, blocking For the 10-5 Giants, one win away from being the NFC East champs. Barber doing all this, as we said, at age 30, an advanced year for dominant seasons by a running back. About 2,000-plus yards from scrimmage after turning 30 in NFL history. Only Walter Payton and Priest Holmes in that neighborhood, and Barber's taken it beyond.
I like his career, liking it to Priest Holmes and not Walter Payton, because Walter Payton was an every down carry guy for most of his career. Tiki Barber, as we mentioned time and time again, you know, being a return guy for the first few years of his league, and over the last 3 has become the every down running back that we've grown to love.
2 yards shy of the first down there, brought down by Danny Carter as we approach 2.5 left here in this first half. And Eli Manning's going to keep the Giants at the line, try to push the pace as the Raiders are substituting and confused. They should just call a timeout. They didn't, and Barber runs left side and still stopped shy of the first down. So a good job by Big Ted Washington, the 4-time Pro Bowler, 14 years in the league. He started all the games. He and Bobby Hamilton make the charge there, and now we've got a 4th down with the 2-minute warning coming up.
Wow, I thought they had him because they had Raiders coming off. They had Raiders going on.
Well, Rob Ryan, the defensive coordinator, was trying to get his guys to call timeout.
Yeah.
Nobody saw it. Robert Gallery out for the game with an injury for the Raiders.
Stops. Tom Coughlin told us we got everything in the game plan, and this is one of those statement-type plays that they want to go into the playoffs with some momentum.
Jim Finn is the fullback for the Giants. Eli adjusts the play. No draw off, just trying to draw him off, and the Giants will take the timeout and attempt the field goal, likely from 37 yards.
I'd still fake it.
78-yard score. The Raiders' offense has gone in neutral. Jay Feely on for the field goal to make it 20-7. So 2 field goals for Feely, and the Giants have scored on their last 4 possessions.
And I think that's a big, the reason for that is Sean Alexander and the way he's been able to run the football.
It's a great quote this week. Everybody's going to have to make the long flight to Seattle if they want to get to Detroit in Super Bowl 40. Carr, for his run with a great purpose after fumbling earlier, is brought down just shy of the 30. Justin Tuck makes the tackle. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining as the Raiders return. Full complement of timeouts, and Randy Moss only thrown 3 times here tonight, Sterling.
And that's disappointing. That's disappointing because when you got him in the offseason, you got him to use him to open up everyone else, the things he kind of did for the Minnesota Vikings. And that's not happening because he's not getting the opportunities to have the football in his hand or thrown in his direction.
See what Kerry Collins and the Raiders can muster. They had a nice 2-minute drive. Collins hit as he threw, but it's caught by Doug Gabriel working the Giants secondary. And into New York territory at the 47. Jabril Wilson brought the pressure again from the safety spot, but a nice job by Collins to hang in there. Gain of 24.
Very nice throw and catch. I mean, Kerry Collins is standing in there under a lot of pressure and delivering beautiful football.
Right back to Gabriel, but is caught a couple of yards shy of the first down. 1:18, and the Raiders will use the first of their 3 timeouts with 76 seconds.
I'm impressed with what Kerry Collins has done in this football game, this big game versus his
giant career where he took the team to a division title in Super Bowl 35 5 years ago, and then when Eli Manning was the desired get for Ernie Accorsi, the GM, Collins was offered a chance to back him up, didn't take it. Pass incomplete, intended for Justin Fargas out of the backfield. He's only caught 1 ball all year. 3rd and 2 coming up. And just to go back over the story, you know, the draft day trade with San Diego and Phillip Rivers, and here's Kerry Collins watching this all go down, knowing essentially that the Giants are saying we want the quarterback of the future, not the quarterback of the present. And Kerry Collins would have had to take a role that Kurt Warner ended up taking, being the guy who eventually was going to get eased out as the season went on.
Exactly.
He didn't want that. Ended up here backing up Rich Gannon and has been the Raiders starter since. 3rd and 2 as Collins throws throws the quick hit. It is complete. And again, it's Gabriel for the first down at the 30 with 1 minute left. And let's see if the Raiders can take a timeout here. Yes, they will. They'll take their second and have 1 remaining.
To come to him and not forcing throws.
Certainly the weapons for the deep ball threat. It has not materialized and dusted off the Raider days of old, as some thought. Umanura pushes the pocket. The throw is a catch and out of bounds to Randall Williams at the 23. Sam Ryan, what a great story Kerry told us about when he found out that Eli Manning was drafted.
This is how it all transpired, Mike. You know, he was telling me he was actually changing the dirty diaper of his 6-week-old daughter 2004 draft day when he heard that the Giants made the trade for Eli Manning. So you can imagine what he was saying next.
Yeah,
we will not repeat that, but he said, you know, it was hard for him not to take it personally because he knew they were looking ahead to the future. He knew they were looking to the next 10 years, but he felt like he had some good games for the Giants. He was the quarterback who brought them to the Super Bowl.
2nd and 3, has time to throw and throws complete again to Gabriel, again for a first down. They'll preserve this one timeout here as we're getting down to 40 seconds. Some shots at the end zone here, so no panic. As Collins steps up, Strahan with a hand up by the face mask, and that will be called.
Now is it the 15 or the 5? I think that could be the 15.
If it would be 15, it would be half the distance to the goal. See what Pete Morelli says.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 92, defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Well, Michael Strahan, one of Kerry Collins' good buddies,
yes.
Guys who have stayed in touch. Close to getting hooked there by Chad Slaughter in for Gallery, but he did certainly change the body direction of Collins.
Oh, yeah.
Deserved the flag at half the distance. You know, it's a funny story about Moss. He'll be at the top of your screen with Jerry Porter at the bottom.
I like the tight end in this situation, Mike, in the middle of the field. I mean, big body guy.
They're helping over towards Moss, so Collins looks and throws. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Randall Williams, the tight end. As all the attention to Moss, he came across and brought defenders with him. And Williams had a chance at 6.
I was taught this a long time ago, Mike. Great players don't get to determine when they're going to be great. And right here is an opportunity for him, for Mr. Williams to be great. And he just didn't come up with the catch. Thrown low and away, perfect. Allowed to go down and make the catch and protect himself. You must. I don't care what level of football you play, you must make that catch.
Doug Gabriel goes with Moss to the top of the screen. Porter near side. Williams on the bench. Collins throws for Gabriel. Can he get it feet in bounds? Yes! Touchdown Raiders!
And Coach Tom Coughlin is not very happy right now. He is not happy at all at either the soft coverage or lack of pressure or defense in general, but outstanding throw by Gary Collins, and Doug Gabriel has been his guy. Oh, that's textbook, baby. Don't get much better than that right there. Doesn't get any better than that.
Ingredient in the offense to keep them in it. Sebastian Janikowski adds the extra point, and it's a 6-point game with 19 seconds left.
And they will not go away, Mike, and that's what the Giants feared. The Giants feared this talent on the offensive side of the football, and the Giants feared that if they didn't come out and raise the tempo and the level of play early, that the Oakland Raiders were going to feel like they could play with the Giants, and they were going to hang in here. And here we are, a 6-point football game, and the Oakland Raiders have to feel very confident about what they're doing, both offensively and defensively.
Well, you know, John, for a while, and then Bill Callahan took over and took them to the Super Bowl, defeated soundly by Gruden's Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and since then it has been a disaster for the Raiders, but it's a trend that has continued. The team losing the Super Bowl, that plug gets pulled, and it's just, wow, we were so close. Injuries, whatever it has been, is built up, and you see that the Giants haven't won a division since they got to the Super Bowl in 2000, and the Raiders, not only did they have the 4-12 season afterwards, they've had a couple of awful seasons after that as well.
After that as well, yeah. And you look at this Raider team, and with the talent that they have, there's no way this is a 4-win football team But, you know, at this time of the year, you are what your record says you are, and they're a football team with a lot of talent that doesn't show up to make plays every Sunday. Doug Gabriel just made an outstanding play, and they're going to need more of that tonight to win this football game.
Janikowski with the kickoff. Chad Morton fields it at the 16. And he's brought down at the 29-yard line by Omar Easy, the backup fullback. 13-second Super Bowl.
And you know what's really bad about that 3-year run is not only throughout the league the games that they have lost, but in the division. When you can't compete in your own division, when you can't build a football team to compete in your division, you stand no chance once you go outside of division, and you certainly don't stand a chance of making playoffs.
Giants go out of the gun here, and we'll hand it off to Barber, who will get to the 30, and that will do it for the first half. So the Giants piled up over 320 yards of total offense. Tiki Barber ended up with 188 yards from scrimmage in the first half, but the Raiders bounced back with Doug Gabriel's touchdown. 20-14 Giants. Now here's Chris Berman and the Kia halftime show. Happy New Year. Here's the Giants get the ball to start the third, leading the Raiders 20-14. Sam Ryan down on the sideline. Mike Tirico, Sterling Sharp here in the booth. So here's the half for the Giants. They wanted to be in this position to control their own destiny. They would have signed for it week 1. Here we are, week 17. Win this second half. The Giants are the champions of the NFC East. It starts with Chad Morton returning and brought down just shy of the 30 and spun back to about the 27-yard line. The Giants had 322 yards, dominated the first half with Sterling. Every time the Raiders looked like they were this close to slamming the suitcase and heading off to vacation, they came back with big scores.
And I'm impressed with the way the Oakland Raiders, Mike, came back and showed some resiliency. They came back through via the pass. That's who they are. That's their identity. It's going to be on Kerry Collins in his arm. Beautiful throw to Doug Gabriel in the right corner of the end zone. There's not a lot of quarterbacks in the league that can make that throw, and I look for more of that from Kerry Collins tonight.
Collins, who said this game certainly means more than others because of those Giant ties. Now Eli Manning, the man who replaced Collins in New York, gets a chance to lead the Giants to a division title as a second-year quarterback. A lot to ask from someone. Barber tries to gallop through the hole. He's tripped after a gain of a couple, and here's Sam Ryan.
Yeah, Mike, and I spoke to Tom Coughlin coming out of the half. He said defensively, we've got to tighten up coverage, more pressure on the quarterback, more pressure on Kerry Collins. Offensively, he said, field position will be key here in the second half. We can't have our offense out there and just coming away with field goals. We've got to get it in the end zone.
As the Giants try to get going on this opening drive, Sam, Tommy Kelly is shaken up for the Raiders, and their defensive tackle is down. While we have a second, let's look at what the Giants' big performers have done. How's Manning played in the first half, Sterling?
I like what they're doing with Eli. They're allowing him to get the football out of his hands, 8 of 13, 176 yards, doing what he needs to do to manage the football game, because Tiki Barber is definitely the star of the Giants show, and everything is going to go through him.
As they continue to look at Kelly, here is the performance from Barber here tonight.
Little F delay right here, allowing Tiki Barber one-on-one versus the linebacker, pick up a huge 3rd and long. Here's the running play, forces Stuart Schweigert to miss a tackle just outside the hole, and then the speed to get down the sideline and the punt returner mentality to set up his blocks takes it in for a beautiful 95-yard run.
The second longest touchdown in Giants history, Earl Morrall to Homer Jones, the season opener in 1966.
Wow. Earl Morrall to Homer Jones.
It's a 98-yard score. That's the only touchdown longer than that 95-yarder by Barber. Barber had an 87-yard touchdown catch from Kent Graham back in the 98 season.
Kent Graham?
Yes.
Wow. You're pulling out all the stops here on New Year's Eve.
The Giant history book is one of the greats in sports. So much fun to look through. It was also, as Barber carries and is brought down to 35, the longest run for a touchdown ever against the Raiders as well.
There's a lot of records that have been set against the Raiders in the last 2-3 years, Mike. And if they don't show some fire, desire, and get some playmakers in here on the defensive side of the football and find an offensive identity, there will be more records set on this football team.
There's the first chance to set the tone of the second half for Oakland. 3rd and 3 as the Giants go 3 receivers. Again, no Jeremy Shockey, out with the ankle injury. Against man coverage, Burris is denied. Nnamdi Asomugha come up with the play one more time, and the Giants will kick it away.
Big on big, and Nnamdi does a very good job of staying inside. Now watch him play his hands. That's the toughest route in football to try to defend. Just play his hands, go to his hands, knock the football away, get off the field on 3rd down. The Oakland Raider defense is giving the football back to their offense.
So Jeff Feagles set to kick it to Chris Carr. Their catch called for and made by Carr. The kick was 43. And the Raiders will take over at their own 22. Doug Gabriel was the star in the first half. Randy Moss only 2 catches, but 1 was a touchdown.
These low fares to your favorite vacation destination start at just $54. Book yours at Southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
This trial isn't even real. This is a set. There's no ceiling up there. He's not a real judge. He's an actor. This girl has cue cards. Ladies and gentlemen, this trial isn't even real. No, this isn't a real courtroom. But there is a real courtroom inside each one of us. A tiny little courtroom where we all must decide for ourselves. On taste.
All rise for great taste.
Yes!
This Mazda 6 gas card event could be big trouble.
Yeah, it's best in class. They've got great offers, plus a gas card worth 5,000 miles.
Now everyone's gonna want one. Even you?
Save on lots of Mazdas at the Mazdas on the Move year-end sales event. Like the restyled 2006 Mazda 6 Sports Sedan with up to $2,500 cash back plus 5,000 miles of gas. Take a test drive today.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
This ESPN NFL special brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. AOL, want a better internet? You belong at AOL. Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. With Visa's multiple layers of security, you're protected. And Mazda, always the soul of a sports car.
Happy New Year from the Bay Area, where the weather was awful at the Golden Gate Bridge and at San Francisco International Airport today. Wind gusts clocked at 59 miles an hour. Heavy rain, been dry throughout. Zach Crockett carries for about 4 yards. Nick Bryson comes up with the tackle. Kerry Collins good at the beginning and end of the first half.
Did a very nice job throwing the football outside. Strong arm throw right there to Doug Gabriel. Stepping and throwing. Very decisive on the outside to Joey Porter. To Jerry Porter making a play. And then the over-the-top throw to Randy Moss back of the end zone. Doesn't get any better for that Kerry Collins and the Oakland Raiders.
Gain of 4. Giants exchanging defensive personnel. 2nd and 6. As Collins has a window. It is dropped second time. Randall Williams, the starting tight end, is not hung on. Again, the Raiders starting tight end, Courtney Anderson, missing this one with an injury.
2 drops, Mike, from the tight end position of the Oakland Raiders, and they're going to need him here late in this game, maybe into the 4th quarter. So he's got to figure out a way to hang on to the football. I don't know whether it's us or Sunday night, Saturday night football, but we had it a few weeks ago at Buffalo. We got it tonight with a tight end. Guys just don't seem to want to make plays on when we do the game.
Are you hinting that your presence affects people?
Probably. When you get in that kind of light, Mike.
3rd and 6. Collins, pocket collapsing, hangs in there, but incomplete. As Jerry Porter was fighting with Will Allen, injured in the first half. Didn't miss a series, so the Raiders with a very quick 3 and out.
That wasn't good. That was not good. I mean, especially a team that went into the half with momentum. That was not the series I expected from the Oakland Raiders. But the New York Giants are headed to the playoffs, and it's time for them to make a statement. And defensively, they did what they had to do in getting off the field.
Shane Leckler because of a 3-week slump, and the great year by Mormon in Buffalo, not going to the Pro Bowl. And speaking of slumps, bad kick there. Returnable for Morton from the 31. Looking for room, ran into his own man. Chad is taken down at the 44. Stuart Schweigert on the tackle. Each team 3 and out on the opening series of the third quarter. See what the Giants can do after this.
Hey, we got a new mascot?
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. Call 1-877-NFL-SHOP or log on to NFLShop.com.
Now, from Avacor Hair Regrowth, there's today's Avacor. With Boost, that gives you visibly thicker hair with the first application. With today's Avacor, you get twice the benefits.
Thinning hair results from toxic degeneration of the hair follicle. Avacor targets the hair follicle to reverse hair loss, improve blood flow, and stimulate new hair growth.
But don't just take our word for it.
I decided to fight back. I tried Avacor because they give a money-back guarantee. In just 3 months, my hair came back. I was amazed.
Well, I'm 72 years old, and I can tell you honestly, I have a fuller, healthier head of hair now than I did when I was 18 years old. Avacor really worked.
And remember, Avacor Boost will improve your hair's appearance the day you receive your order.
Call now and find out how you can get 3 months of Avacor free with your order. Call 800-347-1444. That's 800-347-1444. 800-347-1444.
January 8th, 2006, a revolution begins. The most demonic.
This is true and obscene.
Unforgiving.
Designed to punish the human body.
Battleground of pain returns.
The Elimination Chamber.
To become WWE champion, they must conquer the men. But will they survive? The Chamber.
WWE New Year's Revolution. Live January 8th on DirecTV pay-per-view.
Well, Capital One Bowl Week on ESPN comes to a conclusion with the Outback Bowl. Iowa and Florida. Should be a good one. Urban Meyer's Florida team against Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Your coverage will begin at a 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Special 90-minute edition of College Game Day built by the Home Depot. Chris Fowler, the Corso Kirk Herbstreit out in Pasadena, site of the national championship game between Texas and USC on Wednesday night. Eli Manning's pass is deflected and nearly intercepted. Bobby Hamilton, the former Seahawk, Jet, and Patriot, almost had the lineman dream of pick six.
I like Eli Manning's decisiveness, but he's got to do Tiki's got to do a better job of getting the defensive end's hands down so you can throw that pass in the flat to your fullback for a gain of 5.
And that's something Tiki Barber is terrific at. Almost once a game, he knocks a defensive lineman or a blitzing backer or secondary performer down on the ground with his blitz pickups.
Yes, he does.
And he does them keeping windows open for his quarterback to throw. He's great at it. Now he hits the hole hard, and Barber pounds forward for a first down out of the 45-yard line, a pickup of 11. We're talking about ball security with Tiki in the first half. Show us here what he does.
And what he does is he's not using his arms for balance, but once he gets in traffic, watch him grab his wrist. And that helps him protect the football from guys either reaching for it on this side or coming around with the old punch out that we see week in and week out. It's a new way of holding the football that has paid huge dividends for Tiki Barber.
He has gone past Sean Alexander by 6 yards, heading for that rushing title. Runs it up in there. And about 3 more to that total, maybe 4. It just looks so strange. But when you just think about the pure physics of it, how much of the ball is exposed when in the traditional fashion as you're carrying it horizontally as opposed to vertically, and then that second arm kind of handcuffing yourself.
It pins it to your body, Mike. And I think when the old way, the traditional way of holding it, guys with the reach around can pop it out. And I think you don't have that with Tiki Barber in the way that he holds the football that he actually stole from Ahman Green.
Officially a gain of 3 on 2nd and 7. Manning looking for Burris, and it's incomplete. Fletch was expecting that ball when he came out of his break, not deep, and Manning and Burris kind of look at each other figure out the communication. Back to the Barber holding the ball.
You see the traditional way, 97 to 03 right here. People would reach around from the backside and be able to pop it out to his front. But
I see a lot of ball there.
Exactly,
right.
You do. But when you see right here the way he pins it up against underneath his arm, kind of under his armpit and the shoulder pad, and then grabbing his wrist, there's nowhere for the ball to move. Secured against his body, secured with his index finger over the point, and that's how he's able to hold on to the football so well.
3rd and 7 for Manning. Raiders show pressure. And we have penalty markers down as Manning just throws it away. And leads you to believe the Raiders were in the neutral zone. That play was not whistled dead before the snap. Manning was backpedaling, ready to take the direct shot, and just bailed out and threw it. And they threw that flag, I think, because they're saying that Manning
was in the pocket. Intentional ground.
And didn't throw past the line of scrimmage.
Both teams on the play. Offside, left defensive end. Intentional grounding. Number 10, the penalties will offset. 3rd down.
I think Tom Coughlin might be the hardest working coach on the sidelines that I've seen in some time. He's in every call, offensive, defensively, and every explanation from the officials on which was.
So we'll go back to 3rd down. And 7 on the offsetting flags. The officials just huddling one more time before they spotted the ball. They were looking at the spot. They're in the right spot now at the 42-yard line. Raiders bring pressure again. Manning screens at Barber. Got past the first tackle, but not the second. Very well defended by Rob Ryan's crew. Ed Jasper brought heat, backpedaled. The defensive lineman out of Texas A&M in his 9th year made the play to force 4th down.
Getting off the field on 3rd down, the Oakland Raiders are still playing very inspired football, something they haven't done in the last 3 to 4 weeks. They scored 14 points, which is 4 more than they've scored in the last 3 or 4 weeks per game. So I'm impressed with the Oakland Raiders, and the New York Giants need to be careful by letting this football team hang around.
Jeff Feagles on to punt here. One Randy Moss home run shot away from being behind. Got in on Feagles there as he angles it for the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. The veteran doing a great job giving the Raiders a long field. It's out of bounds at the 7. So back to Randy Moss, obviously the focus of the Giants' defensive attention. Doug Gabriel's caught the balls. Randy does have one big one, though.
And remember, Mike, he's not 100% healthy, but who is at this stage of the game, but does a good job of getting back. They're on a little comeback route. Nice little shake move to get in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. He's not getting a lot of opportunities, but I believe that the Giants are paying a lot of attention to him because he is the focal point of the game-changing players that the Oakland Raiders have on offense, and that's why Doug Gabriel has been able to have the big night that he's had. 3 thrown, 2 catches. So Randy is not the Randy Moss that we're used to seeing, but creating opportunities for other players.
Rookie out of LSU, Corey Webster rolled up in coverage. Now reads run. It comes in on Zach Crockett, who gains a couple into the waiting arms of Michael Strahan. 9th all-time in the NFL in sacks. You know, Michael Strahan has had such a phenomenal season this year for being in your 13th year and having 11.5 sacks. He has 11.5 sacks, 129.5 in his career.
Yeah.
And he's not #1 this season or on his team because Umenyiora now is at 13.5 with his sack. And, of course, he's chasing Lawrence Taylor, the Giants' all-time record holder, with 132.5 for a career. 2nd down, the pressure comes, and Collins is sacked. He did stay outside of the goal line. Hendrick Clancy, who twice now has come in and made a play behind the line, gets the sack there.
Well, there's your vertical passing game, Mike. There's your offensive line not being able. O.C. Umenyiora getting double teamed. That means somebody's got a one-on-one, and here we have our sack. These guys do a great job of feeding off each other, collapsing the pocket, not allowing the quarterback position to either step up or to get outside to buy time for a throw.
And really, it ended up being a double team on Strahan as well. 4 different players were occupying the 2 Pro Bowl defensive ends. 3rd and 16. And they will throw from out of the end zone. The short one complete and a huge hit by Kevin Lewis.
That's a play, Mike, to buy room for the punter to be able to take his normal steps, get his normal stance, and get a normal kickoff. That was not one of those that were going to hold the football and risk having a safety.
Well, if that was to buy room, that was like buying square footage in New York. That was expensive.
That was very expensive. And Lewis signed on the 26th, playing on the 31st, delivering on the 31st.
Leckler punting, as Sterling said, full space for the snap, gets it out, and the 2-time Pro Bowler gets his best kick when most needed. Morton returns from the 35, and he's brought down at the 41, just brings it back 6 yards. Shane Leckler, when needed, boots it 57 yards. Yeah, you need some oxygen. He wasn't a Giant as of Christmas Day. Comes in the day after. Comes up big. Lewis and the Giants defense hold the Raiders.
Ted Ferguson, Bud Light Daredevil. Today for a Bud Light, I'll attempt an incredibly difficult stunt. Tied her on the wrist. I will eat lunch with my girlfriend and not glance over at a table of hot girls. Not even once.
I could get swordfish. It's so nice. They've got this thing called this Brazilian
Hey,
filet
time!
Bud Light. Just breathe, Ted. Just breathe. Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
How's it going?
This Mazda 6 gas card event could be big trouble.
Yeah, it's best in class. They've got great offers, plus a gas card worth 5,000 miles.
Now everyone's gonna want one. Even you?
Save on lots of Mazdas at the Mazdas on the Move year-end sales event. Like the restyled 2006 Mazda 6 Sports Sedan with up to $2,500 cash back plus 5,000 miles of gas. Take a test drive today.
This is the team that protects their members with the most comprehensive set of online safety tools. Because with high speed, the intruders come at you faster.
Right, yeah, but what about spam?
Oh, it's blocked.
Spyware.
Zapped.
Pop-ups.
Shut down.
Identity thieves.
Foiled.
Updates.
Automatically.
Viruses.
Crushed.
Extra cost.
Never.
Too many questions?
No.
Really?
Really?
The all-new Safety and Security Center with the most comprehensive set of automatically updating online safety tools. Want a better internet? You belong at AOL.
Giants push the Raiders backwards, thus New York is winning the field position battle here in the 3rd quarter. Giants needing to win this game to guarantee a home playoff game next week at the Meadowlands. They will win the NFC East if they get this one tonight. Manning to the workhorse. The team MVP, Barber, escorted out of bounds at the 47. Depending on what happens tonight, what happens with Washington tomorrow and the Panthers and the Bucks, Dallas could be playing for the final playoff spot in the final game of the regular season when the St. Louis Rams visit. Coverage begins with NFL Primetime, 7:30 Eastern. The game, of course, available on ESPN HD. Mike Patrick, Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Susie Culver, ringing in the new year in Dallas. They will join you tomorrow night to wrap up the Sunday Night Football run on ESPN. Barber carries, gets just shy of midfield. We look at the NFC playoff picture here just to reacquaint everyone as we go into tomorrow with about a half dozen games holding meaning toward the playoffs. The Buccaneers with a win will grab that 3 seed as they are ahead of the Giants for the moment via the tiebreakers. Seattle home all the way through. Chicago will be off the first weekend of the playoffs. And there you see Carolina, Washington, which needs a Raider win tonight, and then a Redskin defeat of Philadelphia tomorrow to win the East. 3rd and 3, pressure up the middle, and Manning is sacked. Knocked out earlier in the quarter. Tommy Kelly comes up with the first Oakland sack of the night.
Did a very good job of fitting in this gap control defense. Everyone is where they're supposed to be. Eli Manning has nowhere to go. Coverage downfield matches up with the pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, the Oakland Raiders come away with a sack.
Well, the Giants have not had much going offensively here in the third quarter, and Fiegels kicks it away. 44-yarder, Chris Carr from the 16, blocked in the back, it's coming back. It's a great return for Carr, but it will come back for a push in the back right at the point. It was an easy one. 33 on the return. It will be negated. I don't know if it was Jernard Walker or Omar Easy who may have been the guilty party. Easy 33 is Joe Avizano, one of the best NFL special teams coaches.
During the return, the illegal block in the back. Number 25, receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First.
It was Walker. Avizano unhappy with the flag. But watch him coming from the left side of the screen as he had the push on Curtis DeLoach to negate the 33-yard return.
Bill Parcells and the Cowboys are playing for their postseason lives. But the Rams are ready to spoil their wild ride. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Rams-Cowboys. Tomorrow night at 8:30 on ESPN.
It's the WWE Road to WrestleMania 22 package offer on DirecTV. 3 pay-per-views, 1 great price. First on January 8th, Raw presents New Year's Revolution. Then on January 29th, it's Royal Rumble. And on February 19th, the SmackDown Superstars battle at No Way Out. 3 incredible WWE pay-per-view events, 1 low price of $88.95. Order at directv.com/WWE or call 1-800-DirecTV between December 19th through January 19th. Get on the road to WrestleMania 22 with DirecTV.
This month, DirecTV Freeview presents 9-time Grammy Award winner Bonnie Raitt. Performing songs from her new release, Souls Alike. Plus, special guests Jackson Browne and Stevie Wonder. Don't miss the legendary Bonnie Raitt in a rare private performance all this month on Channel 124. And just after the show, keep watching for the special backstage bonus program and exclusive CD offer, just for DirecTV viewers.
In the car, take me ride in the car, take you ride in the car, I wanna go ride in the car. Engine it go, engine it go. Turn my key, step on a starter. I'm gonna run you home again, I'm gonna run you home again, I'm gonna run you home again, take me ride in the car.
Raiders were very upset with the call. Barely contact made, but a little was. So the push in the back foul sends Collins back to the field. Carey with a long field from the 7. Zach Crockett in the middle. We'll gain just a yard there. We'll have 2nd and 9. Sterling, before we get too far as this game tightens up, as we mentioned, tomorrow night will be the final Sunday night football game on ESPN with our package moving to Monday night. Our hats off to Mike Patrick, who called almost every one of our Sunday night games, and Joe Theismann, along with Paul and Susie as well over the years. Jay Rothman and Chip Dean have done a great job. Fred Godelli and Mark Payton, who worked behind the scenes on the project, among many people. It's the proudest thing that we at ESPN have done over our 26 years, and our hats off to everyone as this great run comes to an end tomorrow night. Crockett with the carry, taken just shy of the 14-yard line. We'll have 3rd down coming up.
And they'll have a good one, too. They'll have a good game in Dallas. I mean, you know, Bill Parcells will be edgy. He was this week when I talked to him, so he'll be edgy. He'll be short with his commentary. He won't, you know, give those guys a lot. But in the Dallas Cowboys, I think they're going to come out and play very well. But Joe, Paul, Mike, Susie, it's been a pleasure watching them on Sunday night ESPN.
3rd and 2 coming up. That 7-yard carry by Crockett was the longest run of the night for the Raiders. When Oakland has moved it, it has been via the air. Collins keeping it on the ground with Crockett looking for the hard yards. Can't get there. Met in the hole by Nick Grayson, who has really bounced around this defensive linebacking core for the Giants with all of their injuries. He joins Justin Tuck up inside there, and we'll see how close they are on 4th down.
Wow, I mean, you just come off a 7-yard run, a nice, positive, power 7-yard run. So you go back to a similar play and you can't get a yard. I mean, that definitely shows the Oakland Raiders season on those 2 plays right there, Mike. Every time they take a step forward, they end up taking 4 to 7 steps backwards.
You see the Raiders without a 1st down via the run, and they're a good 1.5 feet short here, and will kick it away. And these fans who brave the interstates closed because of the flooding rains and have seen their Raiders win 13 games the last 3 years voice their displeasure.
I mean, their displeasure is they're watching a game that, I mean, they're not seeing it. You know, why would we come back? Why do we need to stay Raider fans? And they're not getting that from the Raiders.
Leckler's 3rd punch of the 3rd quarter. Another good one. Good hang time as well. Morton from the 39 makes one man miss and another. Morton explodes down the sideline. Chad Morton picking up blocks. Gets one from DeLoach at the 5, and he's pulled down at the 2-yard line. Justin Fargas saved a touchdown, but a great return from Chad Morton puts the Giants in their 1st and goal. So the benched Curtis DeLoach comes up with the big block on special teams.
Wow. Set it up. Great patience by Chad. And then returners find the holes quickly. And then it's just down the sideline. One man to beat. And that's a great play by Justin Vargas. Make them line up and play offense. Another play, anything can happen.
Wow, so just think about the 2 special teams plays there. That was a net -12. A punt of 46, returned 58 after the Raiders had a good return on a close call, but certainly an unnecessary block. There was no need to even look for contact.
Yes.
It was wiped away with the push in the back flat. 1st and goal, Eli Manning trying to exchange personnel to get everybody in the right spot. Jacobs is in there. He pounds to the goal line. Will be a yard shot.
Nice job by Eli, keeping his cool, getting his teammates lined up in the proper spot. That's a very nice job by him, and he is doing a fantastic job this season, I think, of learning how to manage a football game. And managing a football game is not a bad term. And I know a lot of people here, you know, we in TV use the word manager a lot. It's not a bad term. He does what his offensive coaches want him to do. He gets them out of bad plays. His completion percentage should be a little higher, but he does a great job of throwing the football away or taking a sack when he needs to.
Jacobs has 6 rushing touchdowns this year. They go back to the rookie who cuts back and into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Penalty marker down. The marker was thrown by an official who signaled touchdown. It's usually a sign that the touchdown will stand. Let's see.
Offsides? Defense?
The headlines went through the flag. I beg your pardon. It was the second official who came in, standing right next to him.
Offside.
Yep.
Number 59 lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties declined. It is a touchdown.
DeLawrence Grant in there on the goal line defense. So Morton's big return does it. Another big play for the Giants. 3 plays of over 55 yards. The 58-yard punt return by Morton. The 78-yard touchdown to Burris. The 95-yard run by Tiki Barber. Big plays have the Giants looking to go up 13. As Jay Feely adds the extra point. Brandon Jacobs, he was the hot guy in New York, the star of the season at the start, the talk of the town. Kind of hit a quiet patch here a little bit. Only 1 touchdown in the second half of the season. But Chad Morton gets the gold star here. Great weaving through traffic on the 58-yard return. Jacobs' 7th rushing touchdown. The Giants closing in on the East title.
Protect your family with life insurance from Prudential.
Hey, Dad, what's life insurance?
Well, life insurance is something parents buy. So in case something happens to them, you kids will be okay.
Oh. Do we have life insurance?
Yeah, we do.
Good.
Yeah, it is good.
Every weeknight at
at midnight on G4. This parade of deplorable shows begins. Do not watch Barbed Wire Biscuit. Take Brainiac. Basically, a science fair run by perverted delinquents. Or Happy Tree Friends and Friends. Murder and mayhem disguised as cartoons. Repulsive. And it only gets worse. Do not watch Barbed Wire Biscuit. Weeknights at midnight on G4.
January 8th, 2006, a revolution begins. The most demonic.
This is cruel and obscene.
Unforgiving.
Designed to punish the human body.
Battleground of pain returns.
The Elimination Chamber.
To become WWE champion, they must conquer the men. But will they survive? The Chamber.
WWE New Year's Revolution. Live January 8th on DirecTV pay-per-view.
Sterling, it is a sport and a game, especially this time of year, of making the big plays. A couple of snaps make a difference in so many games, and there you go tonight.
It's funny looking at what you're showing me on the screen here, Mike, and then listening to Tom Coughlin the other night tell us that it was 5 plays in the Washington game, and which was interesting. Those 5 plays were all made by Santana Moss, but those 5 plays definitely set the tone for them last week, and the Giants bounce back this week with big plays of their own.
And Vintage Coughlin just sat there and said, no, the big play, 72, 59, 17, 12, and 9. It was almost, it was ingrained in his mind, the yardage of those 5 plays, and he said it that fast, too. It was just so on his mind that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, but Mike, we didn't talk about the Washington game, though. You know, we was just looking forward to the Oakland Raiders, but we didn't talk about the Washington game, but those 5 plays made a difference.
Jay Feely to kick off. This is a line driver that Gabriel lets go to Carr. The rookie picks it up at the 12. Nice job through traffic by Carr, who gets it out to the 36-yard line. Jay Foreman made the tackle. SportsCenter 30 at 30 with Chris Berman.
Thank you very much, Mike. The Denver Broncos finished 13-3, 3 touchdowns for Tatum Bell as they beat the Chargers in San Diego, 23-7. Big game for San Diego native John Lynch. On his 21st birthday, 30 points for LeBron James. He leads the Cavs over the Pistons, handing Detroit only their 4th loss for the NBA season. We'll see you tomorrow on Countdown at 11 a.m. Eastern, prime time at 7:30 Eastern. Mike, Sterling, I think you'll be watching that one. I hope you will.
We will, Chris. Happy New Year. Collins throws on first down, carries pass, is complete to Jerry Porter out to the 45-yard line. First down pickup of 16. Jabril Wilson, the strong safety.
And getting back to getting Kerry Collins in a rhythm. And he is starting to. Jerry Porter slides inside of a cover 2 corner, feels his way into the void, and allows himself, presents himself for a beautiful throw by Kerry Collins. Ball, very tight spiral, easy to catch. Jerry Porter, Kerry Collins on the same page, big completion, and a first down.
To the air. Strahan is blocked. The throw is caught by Moss. Touchdown Raiders. Wow. A bust in the Giants secondary between Wilson and the rookie corner Corey Webster. Randy's second of the night. And every time the Raiders are ready to slam the suitcase and head to vacation, they respond.
Mike, this is a beautiful play by the Raiders for the simple fact that Kerry Collins is looking at the corner route being run by Alvis Whitted right there. And because he did that, you saw the safety blast Whitted. Randy comes up the field on the fade route, clearing it out. Outstanding throw and catch. Got us a big play. Raiders are back in this football game, Mike. They will not go away.
And that says a lot, too, at this point in the season, Sterling. Here's Janikowski to make it a 6-point game. Most of what you read and hear, it's a foregone conclusion that a coaching change will happen. I always challenge that with, well, how many guys are out there to hire right now? In any case, one thing that happened when Bill Callahan was being ushered out after his 2 years with the Raiders, and even back to Joe Bugle off the 4-win seasons they had at the end, it's like the players were ready to drive them to the airport across the street from the facility and say, okay, get out. All all the players talked about how much they like Norv Turner, many of the offensive players especially, and said that a few of them, including Kerry Collins, they'd like to see Norv Turner stay as the head coach. And I bring that up because these guys haven't shut it down on Norv and their teammates in this shut-it-down situation.
They have 4 wins, and I like what Kerry Collins told us, Mike. He said that we are better than our 4 wins, or we're playing better than our record would indicate, and the losses that we have are not on Norv. And, you know, Norv has a bad record in the division, has a bad record overall, but these guys, what they're showing you tonight on a night where they could have easily packed it in, got nothing to play for. I don't ever buy into you're playing for a job for next season, because these guys are in the National Football League, and 99% of them will get jobs somewhere else. But the Oakland Raiders are showing resiliency and fight, and that has to go to head coach Norv Turner.
Janikowski with the kickoff, another high short one. Morton's last touch, a big return. Another big return, 34 yards, brought down just shy of midfield by Tyler Brayton. Back to Moss's touchdown.
You know, Mike, a very good design, because you got a sail route. You got the tight end that's going to the corner. You got a guy in the flat and Randy going up the sideline. You see the safety jump the tight end going to the corner. That allowed Randy Moss to get on the outside. And this ball is being thrown to Randy, but the safety is reading the tight end. He jumps him, allows Randy to go down the sideline. Now, Randy doesn't look like he's running, but he's doing his job. His job is to clear the outside guy. Kerry Collins is reading the corner. If the corner sinks, you throw the ball over the top. The safety just took a bad angle.
1st and 10. Here is Barber. Good patience by Barber to get it to the 45, gain of 6. Boy, it has been forever since Randy Moss has had a multiple touchdown catch game in the regular season. October 10 of 04 with the Houston Texans, going back a span of 28 games. Inactive for a few of those last year in Minnesota. He did have a 2-touchdown performance in the playoffs against the Packers last year, but been a long time, first time as a Raider. 2nd and 5. Burgess coming in on Manning, knocked the football out. It's free. Giants got it back. So Burgess, the sack leader, didn't come up with one. Nearly came up with a turnover. But the Giants able to recover.
He loves to be in one-on-one situations. Good. Got the hands down, and look at the closing speed. Look at the closing speed and the ability to cut on a corner. Look at him corner to get back to the quarterback. Gets the ball out, ball on the ground. Outstanding pass rush by the NFL sack leader, Derek Burgess.
He beat Kareem McKenzie, whose fellow offensive lineman David Deal saved the turnover. Deal recovered it. 3rd and 8. Burgess, top of your screen. Manning throws. Plexico Burris pulls it out of the sky. 1st down in front of the rookie Stanford route to the 32. Pickup of 17.
You know, when you blitz a quarterback and he has that kind of time to throw, it's going to always be a completion. And Plexico Burris is a very cute route runner. Look at the little subtle hesitation, because he knows he's running an out route. Need to buy some time for his quarterback, who's hanging in there versus the blitz. And look at the technique. He got his left toe pointed at the target, got his arm over, shoulder coming off the mound. That's why the ball was thrown accurately, and that's why it was complete.
Barber running on 1st down into the middle to get just to the 29. Trudell Sands in there in the middle. Remember, no Warren Sapp, who was injured in game 10. And Norv Turner said it was an outstanding season. They haven't won a game since Warren Sapp went out. End of 3 in Oakland. The last game of the year is a game.
A different kind of New Year's Eve countdown tonight at 11 on ESPN2.
This Mazda 6 gas card event could be big trouble.
Yeah, it's best in class. They've got great offers, plus a gas card worth 5,000 miles.
Now everyone's gonna want one. Even you?
Save on lots of Mazdas at the Mazdas on the Move year-end sales event. Like the restyled 2006 Mazda 6 Sports Sedan with up to $2,500 cash back plus 5,000 miles of gas. Take a test drive today.
48 degrees today in the Boston area with some light clouds and possible late show.
You guys have to go everywhere with me?
Tom, we're figurative metaphors.
What?
We represent the 5 layers of Visa security to surround you in a pocket of protection.
Hi there.
Like fraud monitoring?
Verified by Visa.
Zero liability.
Metaphors.
With Visa, you're protected.
Can metaphors pay?
No.
Fourth quarter begins here in Oakland. Here is the story again. A Giants win or tie. And yes, Jim Moore, we have checked all the tie scenarios tonight. Giants will win the division. If the Redskins lose tomorrow, the Giants win the division. But if the Giants lose here tonight, it puts Washington in control of their own fate and will then send the Giants, if that scenario on the bottom plays out, on the road for a playoff game next weekend. If they can hold this 6-point lead, the Giants will be home at the Meadowlands for the opening weekend of the NFL playoffs next Saturday and Sunday.
It's important, Mike, for the football team of the New York Giants to be at home for the playoffs. They do not play very well on the road. Eli Manning has not played very well on the road. They definitely need to be at home in that big-time arena for some success.
By the way, on the fumble before, they did credit Derek Burgess with a sack, so he did set the regular season Raider record for sacks. Manning throws through the hands of Burris as this fourth quarter begins with rookie first-round draft pick out of Nebraska, Fabian Washington, there on coverage. We got Washington, Stanford route, a couple of rookies there. Schweigert in his second year. Kirk Morrison, who's been on the field a lot for the Raiders throughout this last month of the season, a linebacker out of San Diego State. The Raiders have drafted well here the last couple of years.
Yeah, but they need to leave a coach in place long enough for those guys to grow up and be players for them.
And you think the coach should stay in place?
I think North Turner should be the coach of the Oakland Raiders next season.
3rd and 6 for the Giants. Manning hit as he nearly threw a pick 6 to Schweigert, and Eli took a hard shot and is scraped up off the turf. Stanford route with the corner blitz. Nearly got his buddy Schweigert a pick.
And it was motion, blitz to motion, Mike, which you very rarely see. You see Eli's leg gets caught underneath him a little bit because of the hit from the backside. And boy, if Stuart Schweigert could have caught that one, this football game would be really interesting right now.
Slippery turf, 47-yard field goal coming for Jay Feely, who after the disaster of 3 consecutive misses against Seattle has righted the ship pretty well. Bends this one right down the middle and knocks it home. Good from 25 and 38, and now 46. 3 made field goals. He has tied Ali Haji Sheikh, 35 field goals, equaling a Giant single-season record.
Toyotathon is back. For 27 years, it's been the greatest time to buy the Toyota you're looking for. Quality, selection, value. You'll find it in every car, truck, and SUV we build. While you're at Toyotathon, check out Corolla, one of 7 different Toyotas with EPA city or highway ratings of 30 miles per gallon or more. Along with Highlander Hybrid, powered by Hybrid Synergy Drive. Just like the cutting-edge Prius, the place is your Toyota dealer. The time is now. Treat yourself today. Toyota, moving forward.
This ESPN NFL special brought to you by Miller. There's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call. New Campbell's Chunky Fajita Soups. Hearty soups that fill you up right. Toyota, Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward. And Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Final hour and 14 minutes of 2005. Got that Stuart Scott New Year's Eve at the Hard Rock in Times Square coming your way as soon as we're done. Giants looking to make it an exciting New Year's Eve. One more thing for the Revelers to enjoy at Times Square and all around the tri-state area. Now the Raiders need to score twice, 30-21 after Feely's third field goal of the evening. Doug Gabriel joining Carr back deep. This is the deepest kick of the last 6, and Chris Carr goes from the 5. To the 24, short return there. Special teams tackle by James Butler. And Sam Ryan, we have a flag down, so as we check that out, let's check in with you.
Yeah, well, Mike and Sterling, a scary moment for Eli Manning there. When he went down, he limped off the field, went right to the bench. The medical staff checked out his right knee. He was moving it, bending it. Tim Hasselbeck quickly got up, started warming up, but then Eli jumped up, and they're telling me he's okay. He's going to go back out there.
Getting a re-kick here, Sam. Hasselbeck only saw action at the very end of a couple of games, the fourth quarter when they blew out Washington, and then took the last 2 knees in the opener against Arizona. He has not played much. He had wonderful things to say about Eli Manning and just how in control and composed he is for his second year in the National Football League.
I was only laughing at the fact, Mike, that he had interesting things to say based on the lack of playing time he has gotten behind the young guy. But Eli Manning is going to be an outstanding player in this league. And the thing is he is at full understanding of what is being asked of him and what his capabilities are from the quarterback position. So, you know what? For a guy who has an outstanding running game and running back with Tiki Barber and the weapons he has outside, Amani Toomer, Jeremy Shockey gets back in this lineup. This is a football team. The sky's the limit once the playoffs start.
This is an awful penalty. Giants got a good deep kickoff. It was well covered. Now a poor kick. The Raiders are going to get better field position. Chris Carr takes it to the 40 and to the 45-yard. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near Tom Coughlin right now.
No, he'll probably yank some people here as they come off the field.
Justin Tuck makes the tackle. There you go.
Boy, he is not a happy camper. And he's going straight to the culprit. Who's the culprit? Who did it? What were you thinking?
Mike Cloud added back to the roster this week. You know, with all the Giants linebacking injuries, they've got their 3 starters and 2 backups out. Where it really has an impact we don't talk about much is special teams.
That's it, because all those guys playing now were special team standouts, Mike.
1st and 10, nice field position for the Raiders from the 44. Collins throws a hard one to Moss. Did he bring it in? No, out of bounds. Incomplete.
That throw was a little late from Kerry Collins. A great route by Randy Moss. I was impressed. Outstanding route by Randy Moss. He is not 100%, ladies and gentlemen, because Randy Moss is a guy who needs his speed. So he's not 100%, but the ball is thrown a little late, and he wasn't able to get both feet down. Very nice thrown ball, just thrown just a smidge late, not to allow for a completion.
Moss had the rib, groin, and pelvis injuries, suffered that hard hit into triple coverage back in mid-October in the game against San Diego. 2nd and 10. Randall Williams caught it. It'll be 3 yards shy of the first down as he was twisted like a pretzel, and you could hear it. That one hurt at the 49, and Williams has not gotten up. So the Raiders already without starting tight end Courtney Anderson. See Williams, the free agent who went to New Hampshire, was with Bill Parcells in Dallas, picked up by the Raiders, shaken up here. Timeout.
Bill Parcells and the Cowboys are playing for their postseason lives. But the Rams are ready to spoil their wild ride. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Rams-Cowboys. Tomorrow night at 8:30 on ESPN.
America's favorite home gym is more affordable than ever. Now you can get the all-new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Call the number on your screen for a free DVD or video and check it out. Bowflex's Power Rod technology delivers results. Powerful arms, defined legs, a stronger chest, and a toned, sexy core. And owning a Bowflex home gym is so affordable. Great results are easy with a new Extreme. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, to get in the best shape of your life. The Extreme is built so well that we back it with an unrivaled 7-year warranty. And so effective, it comes with Bowflex's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Own the Extreme with no money down and payments of just $19 a month. And when you call right now, we'll give you the leg attachment upgrade free. Call for a free DVD or order your Bowflex Extreme for only $19 a month. And for a limited time, get the leg attachment free.
When two great things come together, that's the sweet spot. The race-inspired Nismo Frontier from Nissan.
Randall Williams getting retaped. Boy, he took a ankle-bending tackle over there at the midfield stripe.
I feel it.
3rd and 2. Raiders without their top 2 tight ends. We'll see some 3 wide now. Collins hits, throws, caught Moss. First down at the 40. That's coverage right in front of Chris DeLoach.
And against the cover 2 corner, there's not a lot of people that can run a play like this, but good patience by Randy. Remember, he is not 100%, but outstanding big arm throw on the outside by Kerry Collins. I mean, to make that throw from the pocket.
Strahan got shaken up, and he is angry. Feels like somebody, I don't know if he got a hand up in his helmet and ripped his helmet off. He is really mad looking back at the player involved. And you see the cut under his left eye. Strahan barking back at the officials and the player involved looking for the flag there. I'll be honest, I was looking at the ball, but you see, obviously, that cut and Michael's left eye closing there.
That's got to be hands to the face, Mike. Oh, that's just, yeah, that's...
Chad Slaughter. The tackle is in there for the injured Robert Gallery.
Got his hands inside Michael's face mask, and that's a guy's future, so you can understand why Michael Strahan is upset.
So now the Giants will have Strahan coming off the edge with Umenyiora, and movement by Brad Badger, the left guard.
5-yard penalties, remains first down.
Just picked up a first down. 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. Take 2 steps forward, 7.5 steps back.
You can see how that eye closes up real quick on Michael. Very lucky to get the eye closed and not the finger right in the eye.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Very lucky. Just the 4th penalty on the Raiders, most penalized team in the league. Giants have 7 flags. Collins stepping up and throwing behind Doug Gabriel, and incomplete. So Justin Tuck, the rookie out of Notre Dame, came in for the injured Strahan, and the 3rd-round pick did a nice job of forcing the timing slightly off.
And if Kerry Collins throws this ball in front of Doug Gabriel, it is picked by number 54, who is running to that throwing lane right now. He is rallying to the throwing lane, and Kerry Collins gathered himself just enough to throw that football away, or it would have been 6 for the New York Giants.
Strahan still out. Randall Williams, injured 3 plays ago, has returned at tight end for Oakland. 2nd and 15. It's been all throws. This is a deep one. This is for Gabriel. It's incomplete. Raider fans and bench looking for a flag. None is thrown.
That's my old teammate Terrell Buckley on the coverage. That's T-Buck on the coverage, Mike. Did a good job of feeling and falling, forcing the receiver to the boundary, and then lost his footing. Just lost it. Look and feel and fall. See, you feel and fall, and you get just enough of the wide receiver to force it to be an incomplete catch. Incomplete pass. So not bad defense, although Buck lost his footing, but very nice technique for a veteran guy.
Buckley hadn't played much tonight. 14th year out of Florida State. His 6th team. Had a couple of tours with Miami. 47 career picks. 3rd among active players in the league. 3rd and 15. Umenyiora knocked it out. Free ball. And the Raiders get it back. O.C. Umenyiora comes around and knocks it out of the hands of Kerry Collins.
I wonder if they double teamed him, Mike, or if he was one-on-one, because I've been trying to tell people all night that if he's one-on-one, he's going to win. And the rest of that defense did a great job of not allowing the quarterback an opportunity to step up. He is right at the launch point. When you get to the launch point and you can't step up, look how quick he beats. Wow, Barry Sims, my goodness. That's hands and a swim move, and he's there.
And that is a sack. That is the second for Umenyiora. 14.5 on the season. Beautiful rainmaker by Leckler, and too good. Goes back through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So Michael Strahan gets the shot to the face, but the guy he has kind of led his way into this terrific NFL season, O.C. Umenyiora, comes up with a sack, and these numbers are updated. Umenyiora, a sack and a half behind Derek Burgess. Both players, as is typical, credited for the sack on the fumbles they forced on the quarterbacks here in this quarter.
I mean, both Umenyiora, both Derek Burgess do an outstanding job. Got great closing speed. And, you know, you don't talk about a lot of closing speed from defensive ends, but they do an outstanding job once they beat the tackle of zeroing in on the quarterback.
Eli Manning and the Giants look to go ball control. They give it to Barber. Spinning through would be tackled for a gain of 9. Michael Strahan, he's really enjoyed playing alongside O.C. Umenyiora. Here's Michael's comments on his young counterpart.
It's been great playing with O.C. because O.C. brings enthusiasm. He's young. His story is very similar to mine. Didn't really play in high school and from overseas, basically. And I don't know, small colleges, so we have a lot in common. And he said I remind him of his brother. And I think what I've learned by playing with O.C. is just he's kind of like a Kuna Matata, just like whatever happens, happens. Whereas I've always been a little bit more, screaming and hollering, more focused and serious. And, but I think we complement each other well because it's like a true brother relationship.
Barber carries for the first down. Barber has been the leader on the offense, and Umenyiora has benefited from Strahan's leadership on the defensive side as well. Michael Strahan said when he got hurt last year, all of a sudden those requests to O.C. Umenyiora, come watch some videotape after practice, come work a little, do the extra lifting that I do. Well, those requests were not fulfilled by Umenyiora, but all of a sudden when Strahan was injured, O.C. was the one looking to do that. And on the phone saying, hey, Mike, can you come watch a little film with us?
The young guys see the value of those old guys and what they bring to the table.
Danny Clark comes up with a big hit on Tiki Barber as Barber was gaining his footing as the Giants look to take this under 10 minutes, leading by 9, looking to clinch the NFC East title for the first time in 5 years.
Tiki Barber shaking off that hip there, I see. So it must have a little sting, a little pop to it when he got up in the hole there from DC 55.
Clark has been very good again this year. Really a top defensive performer the Raiders had last year as well.
Yes, he was, Mike. Guy enjoys playing the game of football, reads his keys, and brings some intentions when he gets to the ball carrier.
2nd and 10. Here is Manning throwing the deep ball for Burris, who broke, but the ball was thrown to the other side, and Flex had to adjust, and it's incomplete.
And Eli Manning understands that's all on him. He's got a guy wide open for a touchdown, and he just doesn't get it out there. I hope we can get a chance to see what technique Eli used in throwing this football, because he's got 6. All you got to do is step and throw and let it go. And you see, hanging on the back foot, Mike. Ball comes out, shoulder, your elbows, all those things that he and Tom Coughlin talked to us about the other night. True in that one play. That's why you have an incomplete.
3rd and 10. No Barber after taking that hit from Clark. It is Mike Cloud in the backfield. And movement will cost him 5. Shenko, the tight end, in for Shockey.
Ball start, number 82 offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
8th Giant penalty, 142. Barbers is good enough to get back in now.
You have to be able, when you throw the football, you have to be able to technically be able to plant, step, and throw. And you see him hang back, that's just all arm. Look, there's no follow through. Ball comes out high, there's no control because you're not accurate with your arm. Ladies and gentlemen, you're accurate throwing the football with your feet. Your left toe points to the target. That's what he didn't have. That's why the ball was underthrown and incomplete.
Race off the back foot, the torque in your body to get it out.
Exactly. Well, that's a receiver spitting quarterback knowledge there, Mike.
Third down, they need to get to the 42. Screen set up for Barber. Great catch in traffic. Brought down at the 31-yard line, and Barber's left ankle might be hurt. Jared Cooper with the tackle. I think he came down on Barber's left ankle, and that is the last thing the Giants need tonight or for next week. And Tom Coughlin, look at it, you can just see his eyes close. You got to be kidding me.
Wow.
So Barber, who was hit hard on first down, the two guys we showed you at the very beginning of the game, the veterans who know that the window closes when you get to this part of your career, both banged up in this game to win the East.
Bro, you see that?
What?
We had a merry time pillaging. But with so many people switching to Capital One, we've had to find new jobs. All we want for Christmas is our dignity.
For low rates and great rewards, switch to Capital One.
What's in your wallet? I'm making a list.
As Team Mom, my mom always watches what we eat and encourages us to eat our Campbell's Chunky Soup. Like new Chunky Fajita Steak.
Eat up those big chunks of steak.
She's also very encouraging from the sidelines.
When you're feeding, don't stop.
New Campbell's Chunky Fajita Soups fill you up right.
Well, great news for Giants fans. Tiki Barber walked off under his own power without a noticeable limp as we were away. It is fourth down. The Giants will kick it away, leading by 9:40, and the fourth quarter clock is turning after the injury, so Fiegels and the Giant punt team will let the time wind down. High short kick. Carr from the 33. Able to make two men miss, but a penalty marker comes down as Carr goes down at the 38-yard line. .36-yard kick. James Butler was there for coverage. We have a
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 37, receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Calvin Branch of the Raiders. Let's go back to the Barber injury. Just gets the ankle out of the way because before this was a devastating injury.
Yeah, it looks like the tackler lands on it and kind of pins it to where he can't release it underneath himself. And I could be wrong, but if it were me, and it is, that'd be the last we see of Tiki Barber tonight.
With a 9-point lead and 9:19 to go. And Ronnie Barnes, the rest of the Giants medical staff not over there. Meantime, the defense comes back on the field as Strahan remains on the bench with that finger in the eye on the last drive. Kerry Collins and the Raiders did not throw it run it, I should say, on the prior drive. They'll do it in the air again. Wow. Complete to Moss, just over Alonzo Jackson's 6'4" reach. First down. Here's Sam to update the Giants injury story.
Yeah, well, you're talking about Tiki Barber and his ankle. They actually tell me that it's a sprained ankle and his return is probable. He's sitting on the bench right now. What he's doing, he's rolling around his left foot. He's rolling that around. They haven't even taken off his shoe. They haven't iced it, but they are saying his return is probable. Good news for the Giants.
Okay, Sam, thank you. Tiki Barber, who has passed Sean Alexander of Seattle by some 34 yards to take the NFL rushing title lead here tonight. Play clock down at 1 as Collins was getting up to adjust the play, and it became a delay game.
5-yard penalty remains first down.
He got stopped. I mean, Mike, he wanted the audible, but it was almost like they didn't have an audible to go to. So he looked over at Coach Norv Turner like, you know, what am I going to do? Because the Giants did a great job of disguising it late. The safety ran up late. Everyone was at the line of scrimmage, and he just didn't have an answer.
Wow. Flag 6 for the Raiders, 8 for the Giants. That race to see who has the most penalties this year. Raiders still in the lead there. 1st and 15. Collins hit as he threw, and the pass was incomplete. Nick Bryson, the linebacker, coming through, and he is shaken up. Oh, my goodness. This is unbelievable for the Giants. I think 2 Giants ran into each other. And this is the one linebacker who's played. You know, it's Reed Coughlin's left. Come on, Nick. Like, get up, please. Man.
OCU Manure pushing the pocket right up the middle. No, it's just on the hit.
Never hit Justin Tuck. Tuck was down for a minute. Looked like they had both been shaken up. Boy, the Giants linebacking core has been absolutely devastated. Carlos Emmons, Antonio Pierce, and Barrett Green started the season at linebacker for the Giants. Chase Blackburn came in last week, had an interception for a touchdown, then injured his neck and was down on the ground for a while after hitting Chris Cooley of the Redskins, had to spend the night in the hospital, took the train back to New York on Sunday. He's on injured reserve. Emmons was put on injured reserve. He was less than thrilled. He thought he could get over the pec muscle injury and come back. But those guys are gone for the year. Richie Torbor, that hamstring that he is re-injured, he's out as well. Bryson able to get up, but Bryson was the only linebacker with real starting experience that was left.
Right.
Now the Giants, although they're probably going to be a nickel here the rest of the way,
right, yeah,
will be missing any linebackers who've done it on a regular basis.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 defensive backs on the field right now.
Wow. This has got to affect them and catch up to them as we get to the playoffs.
Oh yes,
against better teams. It really does. Can't lose that many back.
No.
2nd and 15. Collins holding it long, throwing for Porter. Nothing there with the coverage. Well, 3rd down coming up.
Now that was a bad decision by Carey because he has a receiver down at the bottom of the screen that he could have gotten the football to. Randall Williams at the bottom of the screen could have gotten him maybe 11 or 12 of that 15 yards, and now we got 3rd and 15 where he could have been in 3rd and 2 or 3.
Is there? You do this. You watch all the coaches film all the time. You've done this for your life. Is the Raider passing game sophisticated?
No, it really isn't. But it takes.
I will ask you that. I'll let you, because there's never the guys crossing in the middle.
I mean, look like Rod Smith for the Denver Broncos.
Like, how does Rod Smith get 14 yards open every time? 3rd down, deep drop. Here is Collins throwing. It is caught. Beautiful catch out of the air by Gabriel, and Doug has picked up a 1st down at the 48-yard line.
But when you allow Kerry Collins to go back and do that, Mike, back foot hit, step up, throw the football, he is going to be effective. He is going to be accurate. Watch the drop right here. Very good straight line drop. There's the hitch. Very nice over-the-top throw. When you allow him to do that, he is going to be accurate. On the play before, he had to hold on to the football, and that is not a forte for Kerry Collins to be successful.
Gabriel, he catches 100 yards, his 2nd 100-yard game of the season. He pumps. Now Collins throws and may have been hit as he threw. Either that or he's just getting rid of it to an open space.
He got baited again. And you got Kerry Collins going back foot hits. No, he shuffle. That's not who Kerry Collins is. He's a rhythm guy. He wants to drop back and get the ball. He wants Jerry Porter in the slot. Back foot hits. There's the shuffle. And he got a little Justin Tuck did a very nice job getting in, getting the hit. Very nice, Mike. I didn't know you saw that. You sneak that in on you.
Yeah, anytime you want to listen, Sterling, as we go through here.
I got to listen to you sitting next to you?
You only have 7.5 minutes left to work with me. 2nd and 10. Raiders trailing by 9. Collins. And is incomplete.
He did everything right. Mike, he did everything right. Randall Williams did everything right but catch it.
For the 3rd time tonight.
He did everything right but catch it. I mean, he did everything. He put his body in a position that a defender had to go through him. He did everything right but catch the football. But watch him cut the defender off. Did everything right but catch the football. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were a postman, a bus driver, or even a school teacher, if you can catch, you can play in the National Football League too.
Collins, 22 of 41, 288 yards, 3rd and 10. Stepping in, throwing high and complete. And we'll have 4th down coming up. 7:22 left. Raiders have a full complement of timeouts. And on 4th and 10, they will punt it away here, knowing they need 2 scores, although there's a little indecision. Now the punt team will come out and come on. As Randy Moss saunters off the field after running a deep route.
Frustrated. Not getting the opportunities. Had 1 catch in that drive, but behind, and as a featured guy, you want to have an opportunity to determine the outcome.
Chad Morton's punt return, the biggest play of this second half. They put the Giants in position for the touchdown that put them up 2 scores. Fair catch signaled for by Morton. Lets it bounce, and the Raiders will down it at the 9. So the Giants will take over there. We'll see if Tiki Barber comes back out after tweaking his ankle halfway through the 4th. The Giants that close to the Eastern Championship.
America's favorite home gym is more affordable than ever. Now you can get the all-new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Call the number on your screen for a free DVD or video and check it out. Bowflex's Power Rod technology delivers results. Powerful arms, defined legs, a stronger chest, and a toned, sexy core. And owning a Bowflex home gym is so affordable. Great results are easy with a new Extreme. All it takes is 1 simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, to get in the best shape of your life. The Extreme is built so well that we back it with an unrivaled 7-year warranty. And so effective, it comes with Bowflex's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Own the Extreme with no money down and payments of just $19 a month. And when you call right now, we'll give you the leg attachment upgrade free. Call for a free DVD or order your Bowflex Extreme for only $19 a month. And for a limited time, get the leg attachment free.
In a world where ordinary men become extraordinary, come a select group who will thrill and amaze you. NBA League Pass presents Kevin Garnett, Manu Ginobili, Vince Carter, LeBron James. Watch these heroes and more. Now playing in your home.
At the buzzer! Go!
Get NBA League Pass from DirecTV for just $189. To order, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS or visit directtv.com.
A reminder that tomorrow night, the final game of the regular season, won't know until late in the afternoon if it has meaning for the Cowboys, if they'll still be alive for that final playoff spot in the NFC. Taking on the St. Louis Rams. It will be interesting to see what happens with the Rams long-term into the 06 season. Sunday Night Football, 8:30 Eastern. Kickoff after NFL prime time. Of course, that, like tonight's game, available in high definition. Tiki Barber back on the field for the Giants, who are 7-10 away from winning the division and also bringing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers into the playoffs with them as well. 1st and 10, Barber runs for a couple of yards to the 12. Tiki Barber really has risen to MVP status this season with his performance, and basking in the glory of it in New York, as star players in star seasons can do. Very involved in the community, every charitable New York event, in the media. He appears on the early morning Fox cable news show. Does a pretty good job, too. He gets involved in all the conversations and certainly has a future aspiration for this business. But his business on the football field has been terrific thus far this year.
And I think that's the important thing, Mike, is it does not interfere with who he is on the field. And, you know, talking to him the other night and saying, being around some coaches and TV that don't like their players having a lot of outside distractions, Tom Coughlin went to him and said, as long as I don't see it distracting or becoming a distraction to the team or to you, you can do what you want. And he's doing a very veteran job of handling the off-the-field situations that go on in his life.
3rd 3rd and 2 as we dive under 6 minutes remaining in regulation. Manning, big throw, it is dropped by the backup tight end, Shanko.
And if he catches it, he's still running, Mike, because the two Raider defensive guys run into each other. If he catches this football, he is still running. Because right here, the safety and the corner have run into each other in the bottom right of your screen right there. Stuart Schweigert on the ground.
And Fabian Washington.
There's no one else there. Unless I get out of here and make the tackle, he probably is going to score.
So Vishanti Shanko in for the injured Jeremy Shockey. We've had a night of tight end drops, and the Raiders 3 and out, exactly what they needed to do. Fiegel's kick is high and short. Carr called for the fair catch. It did not get a good bounce, so the Raiders will take over in good field position right around midfield. When the game started, we have a penalty marker down. A penalty marker down.
Team 10-yard penalty, first down.
And holding on the Raiders. So a holding flag on the Raiders. It will remain Raider possession, but will back them up. Randy Moss, who has a couple of touchdowns tonight, had in mind he had a big night in him.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, this is my last game, man, of the NFL season. I'm going to try to give you a little something, man. Stay tuned, baby.
And he certainly has by hauling in 2 touchdowns for the first time in a season and a half in the regular season. He did it in the playoffs for the Vikings at Green Bay last year. Randy getting the 2, but the Raiders have not come to him as much after that second touchdown on these drives where they've only thrown the ball.
No, they haven't. And, you know, I guess you'd kind of want to see, and I keep reminding you, Mike, he's not healthy, not 100%. But and Randy's a guy that definitely needs his speed to be effective. He is not a system guy where you can create offense for him. He can do that with his speed, and he doesn't have that right now.
I'm trying to figure out where exactly the ball is here after walking off that flag against the Raiders.
It was holding, so it should move up 5 yards from where they have it spotted right now. The ball was touched on like the 48-yard line.
And then downed at the 49 of the Raiders, so -10 from there. It's the 39. The
right?
ball hit and then continued to bounce. It was not touched. So that's why the ball was marked at the 49 of Oakland.
And then moved back to 10 from there.
Strahan back in for the Giants. First down. Here is Moss, who will get a first down. And here's Sam to update us on Michael.
You see a difference for him. They put the shield on his face, and that's what they did after the gash under his left eye. Looked a lot like that of a boxer. They kept the bleeding, actually stopped the bleeding with the ice on it to keep the swelling down a little bit. Didn't require any stitches, but they did add the shield there.
Did not need Mickey to cut him.
Yeah.
Cut me, Mickey.
Cut me, Mick, yeah.
I'm going back in.
I guess he'll be playing a little angrily right now, too. I might want to double team him.
After the 11-yarder to Moss, high out of bounds throw, incomplete. The Raiders' play selection tonight, they have run the ball 13 times. They have thrown it 47.
At least they have some sort of identity, though, Mike. I know who and what this Raider team was going to try and accomplish tonight. But throughout the season, they claim to be a power-running football team with a Randy Moss and a Joey Porter on your team, and that's just not who they are, which is why they don't have Lamont Jordan in this football game, because he's not a power-running guy.
Jordan, 14 games, injured the last 2 of the season. Here's Collins' throw, incomplete. Moss was heading in the neighborhood of that. Will Allen over there on coverage. It's third down coming up.
And you cannot continue to have your football team in a game where you need 2 scores in 3rd and 10 or more. It's not realistic to think that even with the firepower of the Raiders that you can continually convert these. I mean, some of these, you know, sometimes you got to take the 4s and the 5-yard catches to get in manageable third down situations. This is tough.
3rd and 10, you might think that this is 4-down territory inside of 5 minutes, needing 2 scores. Collins stepping up. That ball got deflected up in the air, but Moss came back and made a play. First down at the 31-yard line. May have been Strahan getting a piece. We've had multiple pass attempts deflected here in the 4th quarter.
3-man rush. Michael Strahan one-on-one, gonna win.
Good awareness by Moss.
Very good awareness by Randy, and you know, that's what special players make special plays. And he's just, you know, he's trying to keep his football team in it.
He comes out. Alvis Whitted comes in as 3 receiver. Moss has 7 grabs on the night. Check down to Zach Crockett at the 26, 2nd and 5.
How was Umanura not offsides on that play? He was shot out of a cannon. How was he not offside? Oakland in the hurry up.
Raiders into the 4-minute offense. No huddle. Moss checks himself back in. A big play away from being a tight game. Good. Quick throw to Whitted. First down. Gary Collins can still spin it. He can still throw it.
When he throws it in rhythm, and that is gather, control, and throw it, nobody does it better in the National Football League, Mike. When you allow him to do this, take his 5-step drop, decision made, ball comes out, nice tight spiral low and away, he is as good as anybody in football. When you can get Kerry Collins to move, throw on the move, or hold on to the football, he definitely can be had.
Huge game against the team that told him the future is on the other sideline. The future is Eli Manning. Time to move on. From the 18, 1st and 10. Giants pressure picked up. The front of the end zone is pass interference in the end zone on Terrell Buckley. Gabriel was brought down. He's shaken up. The Raiders will have it 1st and goal.
Shake route. Got Buck looking on the inside and went to the corner.
Pass interference. Number 22 of the defense in the end zone. Ball will be placed on the 1-yard line. Automatic 1st down.
Got Buck looking. Caught him in one-on-one and ran a nice little post corner. Very nice tight split. Buck should know he's going back on the outside. Got him looking on the inside. And that's just, you know, got turned around, loses his footing, and makes the grab. I mean, it's a good play because you force the Raiders offense to play another play, but Terrell Buckley's a veteran. He has better technique than that.
John Paul Fossey, the fullback. Zach Crockett behind him. 1st and goal. Oakland to tighten it up. Here is Crockett pushing forward. Nick Bryson back in the game. Helps make the stop. We'll have 2nd down coming up. Raiders can't afford to waste time. Need to get back in there very quickly. Moss checked himself back in, but he comes back and stay with the power formation. But Oakland needs to go. You can see on the sideline, the players are saying, let's go, guys. Time's a wasting here. 2nd down, usually that down where you go play action pass to the tight end. Collins will run it with Crockett. Stopped again. Wow. The Giants defense answering the call. Jabril Wilton comes up, and the Raiders forced to take a timeout.
That's unacceptable.
Yes.
Your offensive line can't get you to line of scrimmage in 1 yard. That is unacceptable by the Oakland Raiders. Totally unacceptable. You can't get 1 yard with these big guys. You can't get me the line of scrimmage. You got to be kidding me. Especially in a football game that you've done everything the game has asked you to do. You've hung in there. You've taken the Giants' best punches, all their big plays, and you can't give me a yard? You can't give me the line of scrimmage? That's unacceptable. That is totally unacceptable.
I was telling you about Randy Moss. He wanted to get himself back in the game. Raiders wanted to stay with the power formation.
There was not a lot of power in that formation there, Mike.
It's interesting, in that little piece of audio you heard at the very top of the game, Moss said when they brought the huddle in pregame, let's put all distractions aside. Implying that there were. 3rd and goal. They've run it twice with no success. They tried Crockett again to the right side. He's shy of it, I think. He sure is. 4th down.
Oh, my.
Well, the Giants are one play. Do you take the field goal down here,
No, Mike. No, it's our season.
If you don't kick the field goal, are the Raiders taking another timeout?
It's our season.
What do we have, an injury timeout? Let's see. The Raiders timeout.
Yeah,
Raiders timeout. Sterling, I only say it because
you need to.
Mathematically, you need 2 scores, and now you're down to 1 timeout. So if the Giants get 1 first down, essentially the game will be over when they get the ball back.
I just don't think you can leave the 7 here, Mike. In this situation with 4 wins, yeah, you have something to lose, and that is a football game. So I don't want to say they don't have anything to lose, because they do. But you're here on the 1-yard line. And it's time for men to stand up and be men. Offensive line, it's time for you to sit at the head of the table. Fullback, it's time for you to sit at the head of the table. And Zach, whatever it takes, you have to get this football in the end zone. Bar none.
Well, the Giants division championship could be a snap away. 4th and goal from less than a yard. Collins keeping, seeking. He was pulled back by Justin Tuck.
He didn't get in.
Justin Tuck, the rookie, pulled him back. He is marched short of it. And the Giants stopped them 4 times from the 1-yard line.
Wow.
And there is what is going on with these franchises right now.
Yep.
The resiliency of the beat-up Giants, the inexplicable Raider inability to get the job done, and the Giants are that close to a division title.
Look at the center, got absolutely destroyed, Mike. I mean, he never got out of his stance almost before he got blown up into Kerry Collins' lap. Ooh. Did you get that football in?
You would think you would challenge it. I know they only have 1 timeout left, but you would think throw the red flag. Now the Raiders are challenging the ruling on the field. It's their only way to stay in the game here.
Wow.
As you watch Tom Coughlin, Norv Turner actually has somebody throw the flag for him.
They have a better arm than Norv.
Yeah.
That's what, he threw it a little farther.
Telling Pete Morelli he got in, and Pete Morelli will tell us. I'll check it out.
Oakland is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner crossed the goal line.
This is the final Raider challenge.
Wow.
At 2:31, only 31 seconds left to challenge any plays.
I've never been a coach in the National Football League, so I can say this with all honesty. Wow. Watch the center, number 62. He never gets out of his stance, Mike. They had no shot.
That's Adam True, who's in for the injured Jake Grove. Now, this angle is right down the line, and you can see the ball there. The angle from Skycam is from behind, so the perspective is changed.
Right.
This is the look. These two down the lines where you have to decide.
It's across the white, so it looks like he got it in, but wow. A 6'5", 250, 60-pound quarterback, and you can't get 6 inches?
Again, Justin Tuck has had a very
nice,
good game.
Yes, he has.
He's kind of followed along the whole Strahan, Human, Euro.
Well, he plays on the right side with Osi, so they're like, the little right side dance. Right side?
Osi was telling us that yesterday. Now, focus in here. It looks from that angle straight down the goal line that he has crossed the plane.
Right.
Woo. Wow. Yeah, I think that's going to be a touchdown. If it is, it would be 30-27. So a huge decision as Pete Morelli dives under the hood with 2:31 to go. We might get to midnight. It's 11:30 back in New York.
Really? Oh, man.
If the game was synced up from a point situation for overtime, we could have the first snaps of 2006.
Yes, we could. Yes, we could. Officials this week have kind of been under the gun a little bit there, Mike.
NFL officials have been fine. This game's been okay.
Not only college, but NFL.
Sterling, after this week, my resolution is to be a little bit nicer to Stripes.
Wow.
Yeah, he seems to be in.
It looks like he broke the plane.
But
and got pulled back.
What an effort from the Giant front on those 4 plays.
Oh, man.
I hear you on the Raiders, but...
Oh, man. I'm not minimizing what the Giants did at all, Mike. Oh, no. Because Adam True didn't get pushed back out of there on his own volition. He got help. The Giants did a great job of creating a new line of scrimmage. They did an outstanding job playing lower and wanting it more.
This would be the
call of the century.
Let's see. Here's Morelli.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. New York's ball, first down.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Raiders are out of timeouts and out of challenges. So the Giants will take over inside their own 1. The Raiders have to hope to get a safety here to make it a 7-point game. Because they are out of timeouts. Obviously, the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
Oh.
Well,
no, he didn't, Mike. He didn't jump offside.
Yes, he did.
He was drawn offside.
Tommy Kelly.
Roachman, number 93. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
That is vintage Raiders. The most penalized team in the NFL on an annual basis. A killer flag for the Raiders.
Yes, that was.
You talk about them leading the league in penalties. They have 7 of the top 10 penalty seasons in the NFL all time.
They're consistent.
1st and 5 from just outside the 5. Barber runs for 3. Raiders powerless to stop it. So this will take us to the 2-minute warning. The New York Giants on their way to win 11 and a guaranteed home playoff game next weekend at the Meadowlands.
Well, they'll be tough to beat.
Through lots of adversity the last couple of weeks and here tonight. 2 minutes left. Really, 27 minutes left in the year.
I do enjoy drinking Guinness at a tailgating party.
Yes, and I've discovered that the local custom is to wear cheese on your head. So, to fit in, I brought along some hunks of Limburger.
Limburger cheeseheads? Brilliant!
Brilliant!
I'm not so sure we're fitting in.
I smell feet.
Whatever the occasion, drink responsibly.
Brilliant!
Want to beat athlete's foot? Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster.
Lamisil, both from cancer. A couple of Giant players mentioned as their responsibility as Barber runs for the first down that'll clinch it to win the division title in their memory this year. 2 beloved figures in football and in New York Giants football, and certainly their memories and legacies will be remembered by these Giants and the whole Giants family as 2005 comes to an end. Barber's carry taking the Giant running back over 200 yards for the second time here in the final month of the season. 220 against Kansas City, 203 here tonight. What an outstanding game. 3rd 200-yard performance on the year. Tying O.J. second behind Earl Campbell on the all-time NFL list.
He just moved up in my MVP vote. He's now second.
He was amazing. Well, message to Mike Holmgren and Sean Alexander. Here is the number you need tomorrow, 54.
54, and the Green Bay Packers do not play very good run defense, Mike. So I would be really shocked if he didn't get it, but I definitely think Sean Alexander will be given every opportunity to win that elusive rushing tie.
What a phenomenal performance by Barber.
Yep.
O.C. Umenyiora and Michael Strahan were caught on the Jumbotron getting ready to give the Gatorade bath to Tom Coughlin. Do you think it'll elicit a smile?
Yeah, but those are the only 2 guys that could douse him and not get cut.
Here's the last snap. Coughlin gets the bath. A tradition that started with the Giants and Bill Parcells when Coughlin was on this staff back in 1980. It feels good. Well, celebrate, as they said on the back of the tabloids in New York. Happy Blue Year.
Yep.
Big Blue is back on top. The Giants have won the NFC East title. The Redskins will play for a wild card. The Giants will be home next weekend, and Eli Manning, both he and his brother will be division champs. Here, Sam Ryan with the star of the night.
203 yards for Tiki Barber tonight. You get the NFC East. You already had clinched a playoff spot, but now you get at least a home game. What does that mean to this team?
This is very sweet for a lot of reasons. I think, one, we have the home playoff game, like you said. We won the NFC East, and
what this season meant to us. Coach Coughlin has talked since the passing of both of our owners, Wellington Mara and Preston Robert Tiss, that we were the team of record. And to be able to hand this NFC East title to the Mara family, to the Tisch family, is something very special and appropriate, I think, for us this year.
It certainly is. You got the offense going early, 95-yard touchdown run, the longest from scrimmage in Giants history. How do you describe that one?
Well, you know what? They overplayed a power play that we had. We've been running a lot, and I knew it was going to cut back. I got back to a block with Palaxico, and he just kind of escorted me down the field. It's kind of cool to know that in my old age I can still go that far. I've gotten caught a lot of times this year, so it was good to go 95 and prove I could still do it.
At 30 years old, I mentioned 203 yards. You are now the NFL rushing leader, surpassing Sean Alexander. You know he's going to have to play tomorrow. How important is that to you?
Sean's my kinfolk. I know he's going to go out there and play and get that rushing title. He deserves it. He's had a great season, and he needs to get that rushing touchdown title as well. And I feel for him, and I hope they can do well, and hopefully we see them in the playoffs.
How's the ankle?
It's doing okay. You know, I get beat up every now and then in this game, and I get up, rub some dirt on it, and I go back out there.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
Stevie.
I appreciate it.
Mike?
Sam, thank you. Happy New Year. What a performance tonight. And yes, Stu is coming up next with the ESPN New Year's Eve Bash from Times Square, where I'm sure many Giant fans will be celebrating. Mr. Sharp, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Mike. It's a pleasure being back with you, man. I learned TV from you, man, so Happy New Year, and 2006 can't get any better than this.
Nice to be back with you. Our producer, Tim Corrigan, director, Scott Johnson, Marty Aronoff, and Mike Black up here in the booth. Everyone, I hope you're with your loved ones and can hug them and share wishes of good health and a Happy New Year from all of us to all of you. It's been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night from Oakland, where the Giants are the champs of the East. Stay tuned for the New Year's Eve Bash with Stuart Scott from Times Square next.